Yo, how's it going, everyone? Just getting some last minute things set up behind the scenes, and of course, you know your boy has to get that nice fresh cup of tea ready. So let me just organize all of my windows here, and then we'll have a quick look through the chat. So we got Kenny is here, Mystic Shadow, Jake, TJ, Truly OD, Aaron. How's it going, my dudes? Welcome to the stream for a nice bit of World Tournament grinding. I probably am going to be streaming for somewhere around 3 hours this evening, because obviously, you know, the tournament is basically like a non-stop grind. So we are just going to be going and going. Let's not forget, of course, after having transferred over to the PC, that I need to set my items again. Definitely don't want to forget that. And yeah, we're good to go. So I did, like an idiot, I've been grinding it all day long at work and paying attention as best I can. And then, of course, as soon as I come home and can relax and chill on the sofa and just concentrate on the tournament rather than actually having to do anything work related, I managed to make a stupid mistake and die. So I lost my win streak, but I am now back up to 5 or 6 wins, I think. But my total wins, I'm at about 51 or 52, something like that. And speak of the devil, we're going to start off by straight away fighting against DBF Shadow. And look at this weird team that he's running. What is this? Looks strangely familiar, doesn't it? So this is unfortunately the very rare occasion that we have an incredibly horrible rotation. So rather than try and force dodgy super attacks, we'll just have to go through to the next turn. Yo, Ignan, how's it going, dude? Bjorn15, Dan, welcome to the stream, my dudes. Yeah, I forgot you can have more than... Yeah, exactly. I have... I'd stocked up on... Before the tournament had actually started, I'd stocked up on like 1,000 of the red ones and like 800 or 900 of the blue ones. So we are all good to go. And one of my favourite things about this team is the fact that STR Fatboo is actually so good. Like, any turn where I can get all of the huge cluster of STR orbs with either Fatboo or Broly, I will always pick Fatboo. Like, his super attack is faster. And he's already a nuker. So, look at that. He's just going to crit for like 4 million damage. Yo, Nuclear Kamehameha over on the Twitch side. Shout out to you, my dude, for the Twitch Prime sub. Currently on a 2-month streak, so shout out to you. 5 emotes shared. Kamehameha's sub shared rewards to 4 hours in chat. Interesting. I am still very new to all the Twitch stuff, but I very much appreciate it, my dude. Thank you very much. So, but yeah, obviously Fatboo annihilates everyone. Gonna be watching and grinding as I do a little coursework. Sounds good. So yeah, I'm 58 overall. I have literally been playing it since the tournament started at 6:30 this morning UK time, and it is now 9 PM UK time. So aside from a little bit of distraction here and there, because obviously I did have work, but it wasn't a huge amount for me to do today. So let's reset this as well. So the only annoying thing about transferring over to the PC is it resets all of this stuff. So I'm on the YouTube side now, just hopped onto Twitch to sub. No worries, my dude. I appreciate that. Thank you. Man, yeah, I agree, Bjorn. The World Tournament is very, very boring, but your boy needs orbs. I finally got to the point where the mass amount of orbs that I got from the last time that I went hard on the World Tournament unfortunately ran out. And so I need to go back in and farm up some more. This is the kind of thing we don't want, though. We don't want to be getting the Broly and then both the stunners. So I guess I might as well just go ahead and do this. This is what makes this team go so quickly. Is the idea is really to try not to think about it too much and literally just like pop the items and go. Because even though we can't avoid getting Broly's 18 key super, because we picked up so many STR orbs, his one AoE super that follows the 18 key should still be enough to kill everybody. So that should work out okay. Sure enough, my guaranteed units were dupes on the last 2 steps before I started the World Tournament earlier this morning. STR Super Boo and second dupe of LR Black. Not bad though to get dupes for LRs. Because that's the thing, there are some LRs like LR Black and Tamasu who at 55% really aren't like that great. Of course AGL Broly survives. I should have figured that at this point. We're having the same semi-final and final opponent, damn. Yeah, Shadow and I were talking about this earlier. We seem to have had like the same pool of enemies. Of course, this isn't a super attack. How am I gonna do this? I have to do this, I guess. So yeah, that's the only thing is it's very item heavy using this team, but I mean that's what I've spent basically the whole time doing. I mean it seems like a waste to do this to take out one person, but unfortunately because of the way the team works, nobody gets any key like from the start, and no one's going to hit very hard unless you pick up a lot of STR orbs. So even though it's kind of a waste just to nuke that last little bit of health on AGL Broly, it's quicker to just do it that way. I'm using DBS Broly as a leader and he's good. Yeah, he is good. Thing is, I've used him before in previous world tournaments, and even at like 79%, I was finding that when you get to times 30, he's not able to kill the entire enemy team with his one AoE super. Obviously, especially the STR units. Whereas with this strategy, as long as you pick up enough STR orbs, the Broly or the Fat Boo will kill the entire team, including the AGL units. So Shadow and Ningen, the same person. Now, we fought each other many times today. We were chatting about it earlier. We seem to be in the same sort of pool of people, because we kept fighting the same people like fairly regularly. But I noticed over the last few hours, the people that I've been fighting against have changed, because I was seeing the same names come up all the time, whereas now I'm seeing a whole new bunch of people. Getting close to that 666 rank. Yeah, that's very true. It's really worth nuking this meta. Yeah, for the World Tournament it is, because obviously you only get one leader skill bonus anyway, so most people just bring LR Broly as a friend, since you're not getting his leader skill bonus anyway. See, next turn, if I leave all these purple orbs here, our Fat Boo changes purple orbs to STR. So, but yeah, because we only get one leader skill boost, obviously we're using the Piccolo who has the NUKING passive. So yeah, we do this, and then yeah, that will be everyone. Then we're fortunate there was no attacks in the first slot, so we don't have to worry about not killing everyone. Yeah, 1.2 million attack stat on Fat Boo on a team where there's no attack boost in his leader skill. So that is pretty good. Watch as I say that though. I thought for a second there, I thought we actually weren't going to do enough damage to Blue Vegeta, but because it's the prelims, they obviously have less health than they do later on. So it is a lot easier to do the nuke like in the prelim, because it's a little bit easier. If it was in the final, it would have been much safer to go for the either double Yema or the Ghost Usher. Of course, with the latest update on JP, which will be coming to Global eventually, you can't double up on the same item anymore. So that'll make it interesting, because essentially it'll just mean that you have to use more Ghost Ushers to be able to use this team, which is annoying, but I might rework my team and use a different leader to put Easy A second form Freezer on. Yeah, see, I've actually come across quite a few Wicked Bloodline teams, like with the Metal Cooler leader, and then they were using the AGL Freezer that is an AoE, and then obviously the Easy A second form Freezer, and then like the AGL Golden Freezer as a tank, and then obviously Jacko and Chaozu. What's your setup? What do you mean? For my team, or? I should be so lucky then, especially since I have over 200 ushers at my disposal. Yeah, see, I had like 300 at the start of the tournament. I've probably used like close to 100 already, but yeah, see, because we're only getting a physical unit here, this should be fine. Oh yeah, that's more orbs, I think. I think the double item thing is a bug. Oh, PC setup. Oh, honestly, I don't even know. My PC's old now. It's quite bad. But I use OBS for the recording, which is pretty common. I use Nox as the emulator, because I transfer my account from my phone onto the emulator. It's just an Android emulator. And yeah, that's it. I've got like a fairly standard Snowball microphone. That's pretty much it. Ningen, you should start doing Super Battle Road free to play. The problem with that is, because I'm not free to play, I'm obviously quite the whale. If you really want to do like free to play Super Battle Road runs, you obviously have to actually like farm up and rainbow all of the free to play units. Like it's going to be very difficult to do Super Battle Road stages free to play if you haven't rainbowed your units. And because I'm not free to play, I don't waste orbs on free to play units. I only use them on the ones that I think are actually worth like using, even if you are pay to play. So it would be very difficult for me to do quite a few of the Super Battle Road stages free to play, because the I just don't have like enough investment into some of the units. Wouldn't it be better to record on your phone, because sometimes it lags on your PC? It doesn't normally. Well, when I'm streaming, it obviously does, but like for when I'm recording videos and stuff, it's not so bad. And most of the time, it's fine. But I almost died. 1,000 HP left. AGL Broly survived. Oh, yeah. See, this was risky. But yeah, the funny thing is with this team is even like the Piccolo, who's the leader here, like he gives himself 6 ki if there's 2 or more enemies. And he can stun with his super. So even though he didn't kill everyone, he did quite a bit of damage, which now guarantees that Fat Boo will just finish everybody else off. So works out real good. Yo, Yaya? I'm sure I said that wrong. I apologise. How's it going, my dude? Welcome to the stream. We are just grinding away. I meant to check. I was talking to my dude, Toon Rami, earlier, who was on Tiger's stream with me the other night when we watched the Dokkan Now thing. And when I checked earlier in the day, I was only at like 150 or something like that. And he was at like 47. And I had a look a little like 10 minutes ago or so, and I couldn't see him in the rankings anymore. So I don't know if he's like stopped playing it, or I just somehow missed like his name on the list, because he was using a Pure Saiyans team with Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta as the leader. Maybe when we finish this run I'll have a quick look. We've gone up from 58 to 55 at least, so because the only thing I've obviously got to think about is the fact that when I eventually do go to sleep, because I have work tomorrow, so I'll be able to continue the grind tomorrow, but when I actually go to sleep, I will probably drop quite a few places, but then hopefully I can get back onto the grind hard enough to catch back up at least to where I was. So I'm surprised how well your run is going. I thought it wouldn't be optimal at all. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I was talking to, again, it was Toonrami I was talking to about it earlier, is a lot of people, when they first see this team, they don't understand, like, why it's actually good. But then, yeah, once you see it work, like, even now, for example, like, we don't have, yeah, we don't really have to use an item because we're not getting attacked in the first slot. I've literally been here since your second video and you're going to do me like that. I'm sure I've said it right before. In fact, I swear I've said it right before. But, you know, I have been at work for like 12 hours. So I'm going to blame the fact that I'm tired. I'm good on Dragonstones for this upcoming banner. I have 800 Dragonstones saved up and I'll be buying more when the sales are live. Yeah, see, I only have like 200 at the moment. But I will obviously pick up all the sales. Regardless of how many there are, I will just get all of them like I did for the Trunks and Zamasu. So, depending how many they give us, they usually give us quite a few for Christmas. So, hopefully I will have close to 1,000. I will obviously stream when the Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku comes out. And I will probably do at least 500 stones on that stream. And then it just depends whether we pull him. Like, if I do 500 stones and we pull like 2 or 3 copies of him, then I'll probably stop there and then either save the rest of the stones for a collab with somebody or maybe save for like the potential for Kale and Caulifla to come. Yo, Truth, how's it going? This strat is good on items but slower overall. It can be. I'm not really like playing it optimally, I think, at the moment, because one of the things that you really need to do, I mentioned it like sort of near the start, but you kind of have to just not think and go on autopilot. You just literally have to spot the rotation, see if everyone is stunned, and then just fire off your orb changes and then go crazy. But 2 or 3 copies in 500, I wish. I mean, to be fair, I pulled Namek Goku from the Pilaf tickets, so I'm really hoping that, I'm really interested to see what the Christmas tickets are going to be. But then when, I think the best one I've had so far in recent history is when physical transforming Vegeta came out. Obviously Global got, it was like only the first multi was like 30 stones or something. But in like 380 stones I pulled 3 copies of him. So it would be really nice for something similar to that, because I'd quite like to save my stones for what else is potentially coming. But yeah, Shadow can contest. I'll show my friends list in a minute, but Mystic Shadow is my head Discord mod. He's the one who cooked up this team, and last I checked, he was like 17th overall. So he is... there is unfortunately the little bit of lag from playing it on the emulator, but... I mean, we're at 55. I mean, my goal, if I can, because obviously, again, I don't know how much I'm going to drop down when I sleep, but the goal would be to try and stay top 100. Oh, wait, yeah, let's have a quick look before we do that. Yeah, so Shadow is 17th, and he's using the same team. Damn, you're like 20 million points ahead of me. So I really have been going slow, but that's what I get for working, like I said, I worked like 12 hours today. Let's see if we can spot Toonrami, because he was above me earlier. He was using a Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta. I don't think he would have changed his name at all for like the World Tournament. I know I've seen people do that in the past, but I think it's pretty unlikely that like YouTubers would do that. This is the guy that just tagged me on Twitter using a Transformation Boost team, and he is 6th overall, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, so I don't know what Toonrami's doing. I'm not going to waste too long looking for him, but it does seem like maybe he's stopped his grind for a little bit, because it does seem like he's dropped below me. But hey ho, let's go. So, yo Spuds, how's it going, my dude? Everyone coming through to the stream today. Yeah, man, good stuff, good stuff. I imagine Global will get Caulifla and Kale, step up on New Year's, and maybe another mystery banner later in December. Yeah, maybe. I feel like Kale and Caulifla will be part 2, which is obviously going to be towards the end of December. And then the step up for New Year seems pretty likely again. And then, yeah, I guess that would probably be it. I don't know. Because the Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken banner will be up for what? Like 2 weeks maybe, at least? So then if Kale and Caulifla drop as well, that pretty much covers us until the end of the year. I don't know. Transformation boost is very fast. I mean, yeah, the fact that that guy's number 6 overall. I should actually, let me just bring up my Twitter on the background here and quickly retweet his, let's aim for the AGL guy. Yeah, where is it? Yeah, let me retweet his team. So it's STR Super Boo, the AGL Freezer, Physical Easy A Second Form Freezer, Physical Broly, like Dragon Ball Super Broly, and then Jacko and Chaozu. And I mean, it's obviously working for him, because yeah, he's number 6 overall, so... Oh, god damn it, I thought while I was doing that, I thought Broly was super attacking. I completely forgot to pick up the orbs for Majin Vegeta. Oof. And that's why Shadow's 20 million points ahead of me, because I keep making stupid mistakes and losing my concentration. Toonrami said on his YouTube community page that he's sick right now, so he could be slowing him down on the World Tournament grind. Oh yeah, potentially. I guess if he is actually ill, maybe he's like gone for a bit of a sleep or something. JP is getting LR Spirit Bomb absorbed Goku. It definitely feels like that is what's going to be coming. I'm guessing has there been any actual confirmation? Because I know that's what we're kind of all sort of leaning towards is going to happen, but it'd be very cool. But obviously loads of people thought we were going to get a LR Super Saiyan Goku for the part 2 of the 300 mil, and then we got the androids instead, which obviously for me, I'm a big fan of that, because the androids is still one of my favourite teams in the game. Okay, so let's go ahead and... Oh, my items have... Where I've reset my items, they're in a different place than when I've been playing it at work today, so... Finally got movie SSJ World. Yay, nice. That Super Saiyan Gohan was the one from the Global World Tournament where they gave out double rewards. So I got like 10 copies of him. And so fortunately I was able to farm up his super attack from the Bojack event. Because I think the 10 copies, obviously I got him to like super attack 6 or something. Oh, did I? Oh, dude, I'm really sorry. I don't have... Oh, I know. I don't have my Streamlabs thing up. My B. Let's get that up here. Where is... Oh, there it is. Where's it over there? Streamlabs thing is on a completely different place on my desktop all of a sudden. NUKING. Psh. I mean, hey, I'm almost at the top 50, so I'll take it. The only problem is we haven't really set up our rotations very well. So yeah, Wild Wolf, shout out to you. I'm very sorry it is delayed for the $2 dono. Something again, sorry I'm late. I had to open some rosé. Open some Goku Black. Yeah, I guess we'll just... Oh, and because this is where you can start to run into problems. So we have used all of our nuking items. So we're going to have to do this. We got Fat Boo coming on the next turn, so he's going to change all of the int orbs. So I guess we just pick up the AGL and the tech orbs for now. So yeah, unfortunately this is the downside to running this team, is the fact that you can get yourself into situations, especially when you're not really paying attention. You can get yourself into situations that are far from ideal. Fortunately, if it was only Jacko and Chaozu, we wouldn't even need to use an item, because they will literally just deal double-digit damage to Fat Boo. But I don't want to take the risk on Broly and Paragus, just because obviously our leader skill gives us no defense boost. So if we take a hit from even a reasonably decent hitting unit, we'll probably die instantly. So... Imagine hit does not return on Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken. I mean, I think there'd be riots. There's literally no way that he won't be on that banner. Like, he hasn't been on a banner in a year. And obviously he's very appropriate to the theme. I mean, literally in the super attack animation they show, for the Kaioken Goku, he's attacking hit. So, like, he's got to be on there. It'd be so, like, it'd be the most unbelievable troll if he wasn't on it. But yeah, you like Jojo? Yeah, I like Jojo. That's why my my Ningen avatar art on the stream has the Jotaro hat and coat and the Super 17 Star Platinum mashup as my stand. Shout out to Azure Nimbus on Twitter. He's the guy who did the art for me. Alright, let's talk about Jojo for 2 hours. I feel like, yeah, that's another meme. For those of you who are maybe new to the channel or new to the streams often deteriorate into talking about Jojo. I mean, I say deteriorate because Jojo's awesome, but obviously that's not the main reason that people come to the Dokkan Battle streams. But yeah, we normally end up talking about Jojo in some way, shape or form. So yeah, the fact that Piccolo gives himself 6 ki when you're fighting multiple opponents is quite useful. Because we can do this, and then just to be safe, we will go ahead and use this. This is like I said, the team's super item heavy, but obviously if you're gonna run this team in the World Tournament, you just kind of have to make sure you're always paying attention, constantly checking the barbershop, and then yeah, just buy all of the AGL and STR orb changing items and ghost ushers that you can. And then you will be good to go. So, Jason, if you just correct it and say part 3, we don't know which bit you meant was part 3, because you said part 4 is better than part 4. But you mean, which one do you mean? Do you mean part 3 is better than part 4, or part 4 is better than part 3? Because if you mean part 4 is better, I'd have to disagree. I'm a big fan of the black. Especially because I think the hat looks really weird with the hair. Because of the fact it's like a white hat with black hair, like, on it. Because obviously Jotaro's, like, hat hair thing has always been kind of weird. But it definitely doesn't look as weird when it's black. But there you go. So, STR Piccolo's essay is pretty dope. Yeah, man. It's funny, actually. I think Truth mentioned it on a recent video. But his Unawakened super attack and the Vegeta that came out at the same time, the tech one, they have a unique super attack animation when they're unawakened, and then when you awaken them, they get a different super attack. So obviously, because most people just awaken them straight away before they even ever use them, you just never see that super attack animation. So it's a bit of a weird one. Part 4 is the second weakest part, but has the best villain in the anime thus far. I know I've seen your Jojo takes on Twitter. And I respectfully disagree. As much as I like part 4, I think part 4 is pretty low on my list. But Kira I don't think is as good as Dio, and I'm a big fan of Diavolo as well. I think, to be fair, like, Diavolo definitely does less in the series than like Kira and Dio, but I just really like his design, and I like the whole, like, the fact that he's been, like, constantly shrouded in mystery for, like, pretty much his entire life. And, like, the gang at the end of part 5 are, like, literally the first people who ever find out, like, his identity, which is kind of cool. Part 5 Jotaro doesn't exist. I mean, part 5 Jotaro is, what, in it for, like, 5 minutes? I mean, he's literally in that bit at the beginning where he's on, like, a call with Koichi, and then that's it. So, I will stand Kira forever. Yeah, I know you will. LMAO Part 6 Jotaro. Yeah, Part 6 Jotaro, his clothes are, like, purple and green or something, aren't they? But Jack 250 says, where are you from? I'm from Italy, like Giorno Giovanna. I am from the UK, so chilling in sunny old England, he says sarcastically. And yeah, one of the things I really like about this team is, obviously, with Broly, ideally you want to get his 12 key super. So, because he's starting with 0 key, you could see there, we picked up, like, 6 red orbs, which on any other team build would be too much key for him. Whereas, obviously, here, it was exactly enough to give his AoE super. So, Physical movie Golden Frieza has a thing like that. Oh yeah, because yeah, his Unawakened, he's base form, isn't he? And he has that super attack where he drops the like ball of ki out of the sky. The only thing I hate about Part 5 is the design style. Part 3 and 4 Jotaro looks way better than Part 5. Yeah, the art style is kind of personal preference, I guess. Like, obviously, it is very different. I still like it, but I do prefer... I think Part 3 has my favourite art style. But I do still like Part 5. Like, it's really weird in the bit in Part 5 where Koichi's talking about Giorno, and it shows, like, Joseph, Josuke, and Jotaro all in, like, the Part 5 art style, and they look really weird. Wait, you hate Jojo? What? I didn't even realise. Yeah, Mystic, what's Jojo? What are you talking about? Yeah, I started reading Part 6, but I don't know. It's probably just because I don't get as much opportunity as I would to do other stuff. But, like, I don't really read manga that much. I'd much rather watch, like, Part 6 when it gets animated. But, oh, at the time, was it the time I was reincarnated as a slime? Or something like that. I've heard about it. I know they did a crossover with the 7 Deadly Sins game thing, but I don't really know much about it, if I'm honest. Canada's best country, no doubt. Yeah, that's the big difference. Well, that's the big difference in all of the character designs, is the fact that, yeah, in Part 3, like, Araki was drawing pretty much everybody as, like, buff boys. And then when it got on to Part, like, 4, everyone kind of toned down a little bit. And then, yeah, Part 5, he became much more interested in, like, fashion, like, kind of stuff. Oh, come on. The fact that my mouse is freezing up every now and then is not particularly ideal. But yeah, the fact that 2 people survived is kind of useful as well, because then it gives us the ability to get Piccolo's AoE nice and easily, because he gets those 6 ki. Tell Ponrith as my spirit animal. Have you guys seen The Mandalorian? Well, unfortunately, Disney Plus is not out in the UK, as far as I'm aware, so I have not seen it. I've literally, all I've seen is all of the, like, Baby Yoda memes, and that's basically it. You're scared of Part 8? Part 7 has the best art style. Yeah, see, I've not seen a lot from the Parts 6, 7, and 8, to be honest. Best Joe Bro. For me, it's Okuyasu. Okuyasu is okay. If we're talking about, like, even just the Part 4 Joe Bros, I probably prefer Koichi. Because he's pretty funny. His stand is cool. That's the thing, Okuyasu's fun, but he's obviously dumb. Like, the hand is such a powerful stand. But, like, Okuyasu... Watch it illegally. Whoa! Oh, I could never do such a thing. I smell Jojo and I arrived. No, let's not bring the 69% one. That's the only good. That's the good thing, is the fact that there's just never a shortage of Brolys. Like, there's constantly rainbow or 90% Brolys available. I like, the worst case scenario, I've had to take a 79% one. So. Right, let's get in there and stop that. Because I want as many points as possible. So they're not allowed to fight each other. They have to fight me. And obviously, if you hadn't realised already, Majin Vegeta is an orb changer, which is the main reason why he's on the team. He changes AGL orbs to STR. So that obviously gives us the opportunity for free orb changing. Without having to use any items. Zahando. But yeah, overall, best Joe Bro, probably... Ooh, hard to say. I really like Abakio, but unfortunately, I really like his character design, but his stand is not the best. Like, it's cool in specific scenarios, but obviously when it comes to, like, you know, proper like Jojo stand battles, you can't really use Abakio's stand for much. Mista is obviously very cool. I do like Mista. I mean, let's be fair, part 2, there it literally is only Caesar. And then part 3, I would say, favourite Jobro is probably Polnareff. But Koichi is the son Jotaro wanted and deserved. Poor Jolene. Best Jojo homie will always be Speedwagon. No, Speedwagon is best waifu, apparently. For some reason, that's like a weird Jojo meme, that Speedwagon is best waifu, which I can't really say I understand, but there you go. He's chock-a-block with serpents. Oh man, yeah, the dub for part 1 is hilarious. I love it. Because yeah, I've watched all of the JoJo anime, both subbed and dubbed. Because obviously I watched it dubbed because I wanted to watch it as soon as it came out, and then I've re-watched it subbed because Mrs. Ningen prefers to watch anime with subtitles, and I do quite like the the dub, should I say. And I do quite like the dub for all the JoJo parts. Like, part 1 is a bit weird because obviously the English accents are like not really the best, but other than that, like, everything else has been really good so far. So I hate Abakio. What? No. Abakio's death didn't make me cry. Narancha's reaction to his death made me cry. Yeah, man. That's the thing I quite like about JoJo, is the fact that you learn very early on in the series. Like, it happens to, like, Caesar. Like, the fact that nobody is safe. Like, I mean, literally, Jonathan dies in part 1. So, like, no one is safe in JoJo. Like, you can't... Like, a lot of shows, you pretty much know that, like, one of the main group of characters isn't ever going to die. Whereas in JoJo, it's like, nope, literally anyone can die. Yo, X10X, how's it going, my dude? Welcome to the stream. You joked about this stream becoming a JoJo stream, and now it unironically is. I know, it happens all the time. But, I mean, hey, we might as well get the JoJo stuff out of the way now, I guess. But I saw that tweet of yours where Mrs. Ningen called someone a slug. That was great. Yeah, that was the thing. Our boy Smartimus Prime, who did one of the very original bits of Ningen art for my channel, he tweeted a thing. Someone on TikTok had posted a video where they were basically making out that they had done his art for, like, you know, the ridiculously awesome art pieces that he's been doing recently. And obviously he doesn't have TikTok, so he didn't know how to go about reporting them or anything. And Mrs. Ningen has a TikTok account just so she can look at all the cringe and show me it sometimes. And to be fair, some of it is hilariously cringy. But yeah, she went on it to report the thing for him, and started having a go at her in the comments of being an art thief. And it was quite funny. She kept trying to delete all of the comments, and then I think some other people joined in doing it as well, and so eventually she deleted the post. So, but yeah, man, I don't like stuff like that. Like, I really wish I could draw, but, like, obviously he does it as a living. Like, he makes those awesome pieces and then he sells, like, the art prints. And so for somebody else to just, like, you know, post it on their own social media and be like, yeah, I did this, because in the comments people were, like, commenting on, like, how good the art was, and she was being like, oh yeah, you know, it takes loads of practice to be this good, like, actually claiming that she had done it, and it was all just stuff stolen from Smartimus. So, but yeah, she took it all down. So, yo, Big Gamer 1332 over on the Twitch side, how's it going, my dude? I'm at Elder Kai tier. I assume I'm at whatever the highest tier is. I don't know. I'm pretty high up. Like, I am like 55 overall. So is the top tier Beerus tier, or have they changed it recently? I don't know. That's the thing, the tier thing, once you get to like your 30 million points or whatever, you're probably in the top tier at that point. So, and we have moved up to 54, so I'll take that. It's definitely slower to move up once you get to the higher things. Yeah, it is Beerus tier, because yeah, you can't get any higher than that. Yeah. Yeah, it's taken up a 69%. Dragon Ball Super anime confirmed for Jump Festa. Is that true? Has that been on yet? I know it's been mentioned, but on tier above me. Well, that's the thing, because once you get to the Beerus tier, that's it. Like, you can't go any higher than that, so... But yeah, it's actually been confirmed. I did see Geekdom posted a video not long before I was going to start the stream, but I was busy doing something else, and I didn't get around to watching it before it was time to actually start the stream, so... Check Blackscape. I do not know what that is. You need a Zeno and Angel tier. I mean, that's the thing. The whole World Tournament just needs a revamp. Let's be honest. Like, it's just incredibly boring. Like, super grindy. It's just not really something that anybody wants to have to do. But unfortunately, I want orbs. I want those extra copies of the Hellfighter 17. So unfortunately, I have no choice but to grind away. And of course this Frieza would survive. Why not, right? Well, he's stunned and he won't be on the next turn. So I guess we might as well just set up for... we might as well just set up for Fat Boo to finish him off on the next turn. Rather than mess around using a bunch of items again. Yeah, I guess technically you could have like Whis tier next, and then have Beerus tier after that. Zeno tier after that, I guess. What if they revamp it and nuke teams become irrelevant? Well, you know, I like to think I know what I'm doing. So if they do revamp it and you have to change up your teams, I'm sure I will figure out something good to use instead. But I made a post on DBF with a bunch of new info, and someone alerted me the fact that someone copied all of it and posted it on another forum without credit, so I removed it from the group. Because I mean, that's the thing, like, even something like that, even though you do it like for free, it's any sort of thing like that, you shouldn't have to like put a bunch of effort into making something, especially when it's supposed to be for the purposes of like helping out people. Like, you put your time and effort into doing something to help people out, and then somebody else just, like, takes it and is like, hey, look at this thing that I did. It's like, don't know about that. We got the, I was going to say, I thought it was the 8 team for a second, but I think this is actually the first time I fought this particular team. I've had the all LR team twice. I had quite a few runs where I had a bonus team for the quarterfinal and the final. So we've been doing okay with the regularity of getting bonus teams. So I will take that, especially as we are still very slowly. We are still moving up in the rankings. So I will take every extra bit of points I can get. So let's get rid of all of these physical orbs. Leave all these in orbs ready for Fat Boo. What do you think about new Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku? So, obviously we don't know everything about him yet. But I'm definitely hyped for him. Obviously, as somebody who is a proud global main, I will always, like, big up everything that is, like, global exclusive. I always, obviously, really appreciate it when they do global exclusive stuff. Let's do this. And then, yeah, if we get Piccolo to go next, because he has an AoE as well, and then we should... Thing is, the bonus teams are weaker than the normal teams as well, so Fat Boo should just kill everybody. He hit 4 million in the reveal video. No, he didn't. It was like 400,000. The reveal video, they do that stupid thing they always do, where he was on a really bad team and probably didn't have any links active or anything. So, yeah, that video was not a good example, but they always do that. But anyway, so obviously what we do know about him is he's a Universe Survival Saga leader. I imagine he's gonna I say obviously, but I feel like he definitely will have a secondary leader skill. We don't know yet whether that will be, maybe it'll be super types, maybe it'll just be super STR types, because he is a super STR unit. Hopefully it'll be something like Representatives of Universe 7 or Goku Family, because Representatives of Universe 7, their only real proper leader is the LR, Goku and Frieza. So if you haven't pulled them, you can't really run that team. So I kind of feel like that's going to be his secondary leader skill, Representatives of Universe 7. But especially because the thing for his active skill requires Representatives of Universe 7 allies. Which obviously, whilst that doesn't mean you have to run a Representatives of Universe 7 team, it would make sense for him to be a leader for that team. But obviously that still remains to be seen. Everyone was most hyped for Bergamo's Awakening. Yeah, Bergamo's Awakening is ridiculous. The fact that he can get up to 300% attack and defense. But that's very interesting. Every day I do a single summon. I found 3 physical future Gohans. Damn. I very, very rarely pull featured SRs on singles. I don't really do a lot of singles, to be fair. But because most of the time, since I don't actually ever pull anything good, I just consider it a waste of stones. But NUKING is illegal, please ban. How's it going, dude? Welcome to the stream. Let's just, for safety's sake, go ahead and Ghost Usher here. Nuke so can we. Oh boy. Whew. What did you guys get from the Step Up banner? I got LR Beerus. I got the last copy I need to Rainbow LR Majin Vegeta, which is a little bit unfortunate because he's not the best LR. He definitely wouldn't have been my top pick. But at the same time, I am quite happy to have another summonable LR rainbowed. But I'm gonna go grab food. No worries, dude. I'll chat to you soon, I'm sure. I love single summons. See, that's the thing. I don't like to do single summons too often because if you do one a day, right, that means that after 10 days, you could have done a multi, which is a guaranteed SSR. Now, obviously, you could still get lucky and pull a load of SSRs in those singles, but yeah, I feel very, I very rarely pull SSRs in singles as it is, so this is a really bad setup for orbs. I guess we could just set up for Fat Boo again. Yeah, let's do that. Finished my video, made the thumbnail. Yeah, no, all good. I had work today, so I've been at work all day, and then... Well, that's not what I meant to do. I was like, how was clicking down here? Did I manage to click on orbs up there? Oh, man. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to put Fat Boo in the front slot and super attack with him. So, I literally have no idea whether Majin Vegeta can take this hit or not. So, let's go ahead and do that. Single group stream summon confirmed. I mean, I guess we could all do a single summon together at some point. We will have to see. Maybe we will do that when we get to a certain like goal. We've only got 16 likes on the stream at the moment, and apparently there are 24 people in the stream. So make sure you smash that like button if you haven't already for the power of the STR NUKING team. Additional normal from Fat Boo. Why wasn't that super? See, even Piccolo, by himself, managed to take out pretty much everyone. So, I mean, we might as well just go ahead and do this just to finish off Goku. You can take hits from Jacko and Chaozu, by the way, even supers. Oh, what, Majin Vegeta? Okay, awesome. That's good to know. I can't even awaken Beerus because of the pudding event. Oof. Yeah, see, I didn't do a lot of summons on his banner when he first came out, but I did pre-farm all of his medals, just in case. And then, yeah, I didn't pull him for the first time until all the way into the future when the physical LR androids came out. And, only 16. Well, I say only 16 because there's a lot more than 16 people in the stream, so... But that's the thing is, I notice, like, likes on videos, like, even now as a creator who obviously wants to get likes on my videos, even I forget to like videos that I watch sometimes. So... Today I found Kid Goku in my second dupe. Nice, nice. I don't know what possessed me to do it, but, like, last night I was trying runs on the full power Super Battle Road to try and do the no items run. And because they've added them to the category, I was trying out using Kid Goku and the STR Goten on the team. And for some reason, I don't know what possessed me to do it, but like my Int Kid Goku had no dupes, so I decided to buy a dupe for him with the red coins, because I've literally never spent my red coins on anything. I have like 1,200 of them. So I decided to buy a dupe for him, so now he can actually additional... and crit and stuff outside of his passive. But the thing is, I'm going to probably spend at least 1,000 stones on the Super Saiyan Blue Goku, so I'll be back up to 1,000 coins so I can buy my LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku and a Gobros dupe. So I'm not too fussed about the fact that I spent the coins. I just, like, after I did it, I kind of wished that maybe I didn't, but... But that's the thing, I didn't pull any dupes for him off of the Trunks banner, and I'm not going to do any more summons on that banner. So who knows when he'll be back again. So I guess I'm not too fussed that I did buy the extra copy of him. But I mean, I don't really ever use him, but I do feel like he'll be quite useful for that full power Super Battle Road, especially because he can stun, which is always nice. And then of course his the fact that he gets the active skill with the guaranteed crits for that one turn, he will be pretty useful. So let's go this way. Kid Goku is high tier but not worth coins in my opinion. I mean, and see, that's the thing, most days of the week I would agree with you, but like I got it into my head that it was like, if I bought a dupe for him, it would obviously make it easier for me to do the full power no items run, and obviously I'm trying to get them all like done as soon as possible. So for me, it was like, if buying that one extra copy of him is what makes the difference for me to get it done, then I might as well do it. And then of course I had like enough attempts until the point that the game went into maintenance. Then I did that stream with Tiger and Toon Rami, and then after that obviously the maintenance was finished. Then we did we covered all that new stuff with like the new awakenings and things like that, and yeah, then it was World Tournament time, basically. So, why do we have 5,000 mortals planned, not 4,000? It just seemed like a more of a round number to go to 5,000 rather than 4. Plus, I have to change everything. Like, I have to like physically go into like Photoshop and update my stream layout and all that other stuff every time it changes. So I thought maybe for this one time it might be a bit better to make it something that will actually take a little bit longer to get to, but there you go. I'm glad for my pulls really, but the fact that Global got the category unit left changes added a week after JP was a serious game changer. I mean, yeah, that's the thing. I said it, I think, in the video where I covered some of that stuff, is obviously while we're still quite far behind for like units and banners and easy A's and all that kind of stuff, when they do these quality of life upgrades, it doesn't normally take that long for that stuff to come to Global, which is really good, because obviously we don't want to be waiting ages for little updates like that. So I'm at 200 red coins, saving for LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I had 600, but Blue Gogeta made me weak. Ooh. See, Blue Gogeta is good. He's definitely one of the better TURs on Global. I got very lucky. I rainbowed mine on the Gohan banner during the 300 mil. And I think... Did I pull a copy of him from the Trunks banner? I'm not sure. I know I pulled spares of units that I had rainbowed, but I'm not sure if I pulled any copies of him. Yo, Geek Rekanzi, how's it going, my dude? Welcome to the stream. How are you, my man? What hour is it there? Here it's 11 PM. It's 10 PM here now. So I've been streaming for about an hour now. It is now 10 PM. Like I said at the start of the stream, for those of you that weren't here, I probably will be going for about 3 hours in total. So until midnight my time. And then I will be going to get a few hours sleep. Hopefully not drop down too many places, and then the grind will start all over again tomorrow. So we will see how that goes. Like I said, hopefully we don't drop down too many places while I'm sleeping, but I guess we will have to wait and see. Easy A's are the major thing Global is behind on, but the Battlefield Easy A should come soon and that will help. That's the like 7 units Easy A one, isn't it? That's I'm very much looking forward to that. Like the AGL Vegeta, once he gets his Easy A, if I haven't finished it yet, he will probably be one of the key units for helping me finish the Pure Saiyans no items run. Because I've almost got that one down. I've like died in the last fight so many times, all because like STR Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta doesn't stun. And then the person on my next rotation who's a stunner doesn't stun either. And so then I just like get multiple super attacks to the face. But yeah, I've almost got that one done. Obviously the Super Battle Road no item runs have had to take a break because we're grinding the World Tournament. I don't have time to do any other videos, which is why there won't be any videos up for the entire time that the tournament is on, which is why this is one of the reasons why I always try and stream during the World Tournament, because obviously if I'm going to go crazy on the grind, I don't have time to make videos, so I won't be actually publishing any pre-recorded videos. I'll just be streaming the World Tournament over the weekend. And then obviously as soon as... What's really weird is I don't think this has ever happened before, but the World Tournament literally ends and then the Goku stuff comes out. So I don't know when the maintenance is going to be, because the fact that nobody has posted the assets or any of the actual information about what his card does makes me think that they're not in the files yet, which would mean that there'd have to be a maintenance before his banner can drop. But technically it's supposed to come out like as soon as the World Tournament ends. So what I'm thinking is there'll probably be a maintenance when the World Tournament ends, and we'll have to wait like an hour or two. Even though technically the banner should drop at 6:30 AM, the game will probably be in maintenance for a bit, and then we'll be able to get in and the banner and stuff will be live. But I'm not too sure. Maybe we'll see something appear in the news like tonight or something about the maintenance. But yeah, the physical Super Saiyan Goku's really good as well. The fact that he like pretty much almost guaranteed crits and has the high chance to stun, or is it great chance to stun he gets when he awakens? I'm not sure. But yeah, he's very, very good. I've got I basically went ahead and rainbowed all of those units that get the Easy A's like ahead of time. So when they all get their Easy A, they're all rainbowed for me. So that'll be good once those finally drop. I'll grab those and give you those. They might just do a quick data download and then drop him. Yeah, that's the thing. I can't imagine like it'll be that much. Because they could have put some stuff in with the maintenance we had before the World Tournament. And then all it is it's one new unit. Isn't it? It's like one new unit and the new stage for the event. And then the Awakenings, I guess. But probably won't be that big a thing. Where is it where you live? It's 6 PM in Puerto Rico. It's 10 PM here. So... World Tournament doesn't start till 1:30 in the morning for me, so it's super awkward and I'm behind immediately. Yeah, see, it starts at 6:30 in the morning for me, so on a day where I'm not working like a day shift, I would be in bed for ages. I don't get up until like, or even on like, if I'm on a day off, I don't get up until at least like 10 or 11. But fortunately, because I had to get up today, I had to get up at 5:30 for work. So I was literally like on my way to work when the World Tournament started. So as soon as I got into work and got settled in at my desk, I was just straight on it. And I have been doing it, apart from literally like obviously having to get a little bit distracted at work to do some work. And then like taking a quick break to go down to the canteen and get lunch and stuff like that. Other than that, I've pretty much been going non-stop all day. I'm actually quite tempted to try out that transformation boost team that other guy posted, you know, but I feel like changing up teams like right now is probably not the best idea. Oh, of course there's not enough key here as well. I guess we can, yeah, we've got Jacko on the next rotation, so we might as well just do the thing where we set up for Fat Boo. So SSJ Goku gets a great chance to stun, high chance to crit, and then be like, yeah, exactly. So that's the thing. Once they all get their easy A's, I think that Pure Saiyan Super Battle Road No Items run will actually be really easy, because the fact that both the Goku and the Vegeta like become ridiculously good for doing that run. So don't you dare change my team. I mean, the other guy's at like number 6 overall, so he's obviously onto something. The physical one from the Metal Cooler movie, yeah, that one. He's really good after the easy A. It's rough sometimes, standing and you starting the grind bright and early. Yeah, well, like I said, I had to be up at 5:30 for work, so otherwise I would not have been awake at that time. Because normally I work nights when the World Tournament is on, so I don't start as soon as it starts. I don't start until quite a lot later in the day, but then because I'm up all night, because I'm working a night shift, I have all night to grind. And I noticed that once it gets to around like 3 o'clock in the morning UK time, like it starts to get a lot quicker to go up the ranks. Like that's obviously the time, around about the time that people stop playing it. So, but that's the thing, obviously now that I'm on days and I'm going to actually be sleeping at night, I'll be stopping playing it around the same time as everybody else. So I'm hoping that someone's not going to sneak in and overtake me by loads of ranks. As long as I don't drop down too many, because we're at like 50 something now. Hopefully we can get into the top 50 at least by the end of the stream. And then as long as I don't drop out of the top 100, that would be nice. But hopefully, even if we do drop out of the top 100, hopefully it won't take too long to get back into the top 100 once we start again tomorrow. But obviously that remains to be seen. Hopefully it's not going to be too many places, but there you go. I'm going to bed. No worries, my dude. Thanks a lot for stopping by the stream, Jack. Welcome to the channel. I do hope you enjoyed your time here. Let me give you all of these. Oh yeah, that's a ton of orbs. Yeah, that's all good. You work out. I just work in like I work in IT. It's just like an office, like at a computer, a desk, doing servery things. I'm not actually, like, as part of my job, I'm not actually really allowed to go into too much detail about what I do. But basically, I get to sit at a desk and not really do a huge amount for most of my time there. So definitely not complaining about that. I'm top 2k right now, which I'm fine with finishing at because it'll net me the rainbow. Yeah, see, for me, it's all about, as much as I do really want the 17, because obviously I did that video talking about him. And I do think he is worth grinding for the extra copies. But for me, it's all about the orbs. Which is why I want to finish as high as possible. Because, yeah, I've got I've got, like, no STR orbs. So I wasn't able to rainbow the Easy A base Gogeta, which was really annoying. And, of course, we now all know that the Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku that's coming out is STR as well. So I need loads of STR orbs to sort of say MI6. It's not quite that... It's not quite that secretive, but that would be pretty cool. Not everyone gets a cool job like me investigating taxes. Oof. Yeah, our job is chill AF. I'm back with my food now. I can carry on watching your live stream. Yeah, Jake is my Dokkan buddy from work, but we work opposite shifts. So I worked the day shift, and now he's there working the night shift. So, and yes, as he says, our job is rather chill. So... let's grab those. And then I guess we'll just get rid of this physical orb. MI5. Yeah, it's the step down. It's one less than MI6. Have you considered the transformation boost team that Truth showed with Easy A second form Frieza as the lead? Wait, second form Frieza as the lead? I did not see that. Because yeah, why second form Frieza? Why would you not use STR Super Buu as the leader? I mean, I know he's not great, but because what even is the second form EZA Frieza's leader skill? I haven't used him for I don't even know how long. I certainly haven't used him as a leader. I guess it makes sense because obviously Super Buu on the team doesn't really do a lot, so I guess it does make sense for him to not be like on the team at all, but because that's the thing, I guess your leader skill doesn't have to be super high. Frieza is 77%. Yeah, see, 77% seems so low. Although I guess it's more about speed, isn't it, anyway? So, but like, on times 30, can he kill everyone on the enemy team? Like, with a 77% leader boost? I don't know. I mean, like I said, I haven't seen the team or anything, so I don't know, like, what it looks like and, like, what it can do. But so the team is him, AGL Frieza, Fat Buu, Physical Broly, Physical LR Cell, and then someone else. Interesting. You used EZA second for Frieza, HL for DBS Broly, Chaozu, Jacko. Oh yeah, Chaozu and Jacko, obviously. And then a friend, DBS Broly. Interesting. Is the step up banner available? It should be if you haven't summoned on it yet. Because you can only do one cycle, so if you've summoned on it already, then that's it. You only get one go round. But well, I guess we're just waiting for Fat Buu again. I think he used LR Cell. Yeah, it makes sense to use, like, because I guess you can basically, if you use that physical EZA Frieza as the leader, you can literally make a team of all AoE units, and then Jacko and Chaozu. But are they enough to like kill everybody? I mean, I guess they must be if that's the team that he's using. But like, I don't know. It just seems like not enough firepower. But what do I know? And that's the other thing as well, I guess. If it's the truth running the team, then obviously all the units will be rainbow. Whereas for me, that AGL Frieza, I think I only have one dupe. My LR Cell has one dupe. Fat Buu obviously is rainbow, and then of course the second form Frieza is rainbow because he's free to play. But used it for a while but stopped. It wasn't strong enough. Yeah, so that's what I thought. But I mean, that guy who's number 6 overall is using a similar team but with STR Fat Buu as the leader. So obviously it does work to a certain degree. Oh right, yeah, he's not stunned anymore, is he? So go ahead and do this. When is Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken? Technically, should be after the World Tournament. It's like Monday morning UK time, but not sure of the exact time yet. Because I think, like, this is what we were just discussing, is I think once the tournament actually ends, there'll be like a small maintenance, but I don't know. But yeah, we did not get a good rotations set up there, but I mean, I guess technically it's Monday morning in America as well. It's just like 1 a.m, which I would still like, you know, because normally I wouldn't be in bed at that time, so I would refer to it as still being Monday, like Sunday night. But I guess technically that is incorrect. I'm kind of just hoping, like, we're not getting a decent orb thing here, but rather than use an item, I was just kind of hoping that the LR Broly Fred would get a crit, but unfortunately he didn't. So, but we finally have. Oh, of course I clicked on it with the wrong unit. Oh, I was just gonna say we finally actually have a bunch of STR orbs together, and then I made a misclick. So. Something in how you doing today? Sup? Is it Aquil? How's it going, my dude? And Chris Pimentel. There we go. We got the crit. Whew. Thank goodness. If the banner isn't out by Monday evening, then it'll be Tuesday or Wednesday morning. It's pretty much. I think it's pretty much confirmed that it's Monday. It just depends whether there's a maintenance or not. Because he's a mega killer whale. STR perfect cell. Well, we've moved up to 52, so we've moved up another 1 spot. What do you think will be the units on the Kaioken Goku banner? I mean, hit is like 99.9% guaranteed. And then I would imagine it's probably going to be units like Jiren, MVP 17, UI Goku, Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta. It's going to be all the kind of characters that you would probably expect because it's the like Tournament of Power / Universe 7 like theme. So, but then that's the thing, they do also occasionally like to throw on a unit that really doesn't fit the theme at all. So I don't know. But yeah, I think Hit will be on it. MVP 17 hasn't been on a banner recently, because that's the thing, Super Saiyan Blue Evolution was on Trunks' banner, so maybe he won't be back again so soon. I'm not too sure. If it's full of Tournament of Power units, the banner loses so much value. Well, I mean, it especially does for me, because like I need 1 dupe of MVP 17, and then all the other units that I can think that would be on it, like Jiren, UI Goku, SSBE, Vegeta, I have all of them rainbow. So, obviously, for those of you who aren't new to the channel, you will know that Christmas last year I got the Mega Shaft, and I did not get hit, even though I spent over 1,000 stones on his banner. So, very much hoping I can actually pull a copy of Hit this time around. That would be really nice, but I guess we'll have to see. Yo, Honton, how's it going, my dude? Welcome to the stream. Don't forget 17 was on LR Gohan's banner. True, yeah. But I guess because that's the thing, I feel like those ones almost don't count because they were on both versions at the same time. Like, I know JP's one was slightly different, but I think it'll probably be okay. At least it's less recent than SSBE. I don't know. Well, that's the thing. It's kind of almost like wishful thinking for me, because out of all the possible units that I'm, like I said, that it could be, the MVP 17 is at least one of the units that I do still need a dupe for. So in a way, I do kind of hope that he's on the banner, because hopefully I can pull the final copy I need to rainbow him. But SSJ Goku, STR Goku on new banner. Namek Goku, do you mean? Maybe? He could be on there, but I mean, his debut banner was only recently, but I mean, he could be on there, maybe? Don't know. I still don't have Int UI Goku or Tech Hit or LR Goku and Frieza. Damn. I mean, that's the thing. Tech Hit, kind of not surprising because it's only been on 1 banner, but it is a little bit surprising that you don't have UI Goku because he's been on quite a few banners. I think I have at least 1 spare copy of him now as well. But at least I was right about Scott rainbowing SSB Vegeta sometime this year, so that's one thing to be grateful for. Who? I mean, I rainbowed SSB Vegeta from Trunks' banner thanks to the top grossing stones that we got. Scott Herman. Oh, that's the Humanity guy, right? Namek Goku I'm highly suspect on, yeah. I mean, I am as well. It would be really nice for us if he was on there. Because obviously he's only been on that one banner so far, so that would actually be pretty cool. But yeah, I definitely don't think that he will be. But like, if I had to bet, I would say that he probably isn't. But it would be cool if he was, because obviously I pulled that one copy off of the ticket pack thing. So then I only did a couple of multis and then I just stopped. So I don't have any dupes in mine. So if he was on the banner, that would be pretty cool. But yeah, I agree it's less likely. But wait, I forgot, is the new Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken? He's a TUR, because they showed on the Dokkan Now thing, they showed the two arts, like the Unawakened and then the Awakened art. So I figure if it was an LR, they would have shown like the actual LR art. Because obviously the LRs all have that like extra shading and the like special effects and stuff, which the final art for Hit Goku that they showed doesn't have that. So, but honestly, it's better that he's a Dokkan Fest exclusive TUR because it makes him easier to pull. Because definitely wouldn't want a repeat of the 4-year LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku banner where I went 2,000 stones and didn't pull LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Whew. That was a shaft for the ages right there. And it showed in-game already that it was a TUR. Oh yeah, because it shows, if you go to the actual Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken event, it shows the details in there. Like, they updated that already, even though the unit isn't even out yet, which is kind of cool. I showed that in the video that I put up, the one that has all the awakenings like on the thumbnail. I go over some of that stuff in there. My only summonable Realm of Gods lead is transforming Zamasu, and I definitely need Int UI Goku, including Tech Hit and the new Goku for my Universe Survival Saga team. I feel like in certain scenarios, I do feel like Zamasu is actually the better leader for Realm of Gods, just because he... it all depends what you're doing, I guess. Like, Legendary Goku event, UI Goku's really bad, because obviously he can't dodge at the end. Whereas Zamasu at least still has his damage reduction. But yeah, it's UI Goku is a very good unit, so you definitely do want him. But I mean, at this point, some TURs are surpassing LRs anyway. Looking at you, Cooler. Oh yeah, like STR Cooler is better than like physical LR Cell. Like, he's better than LR Trunks and Mai. Like, the only thing that LR Trunks and Mai really have going for them is the stun and the built-in dodge against future enemies. But like, other than that, if you took those out of the equation, then it's not even a question that Cooler is better than them. As much as I do think people do underrate him, I would say Cooler is probably better than physical LR Bardock as well. The physical LR Bardock is a lot better than people give him credit for. Like, when I finally pulled him for the first time, I posted a screenshot on Twitter of like him on the Goku family team at like 3 million attack stat with no dupes. So he's definitely not bad. I don't like running this Nuka team. Well, why not? It's great. I mean, you need loads of items, but it's a great team. Shout out to Tactician Cinema for the subscription. Welcome to the channel, my dude. Right, so we need to use an item here because we are getting attacked by Turles, so we don't want none of that. None of that action, please. And there we go. Yeah, watched the live stream, saw your video on it and everything, and for some reason I still thought it was an LR because of the two super... Oh, yeah, the second one, the Spirit Bomb, is the active skill. So the active skill is... it's interesting because it's a combination of an attack like the Super Saiyan 4s or like Kid Goku or the Go Bros, and it's a buff like B-Pan. So it's going to be an actual attack that deals damage, and then apparently it raises all of your allies' attack by... Does it actually say how much by? I feel like it's 30%, but I don't know if I'm making that up. I can't be bothered with popping so many items and the lack of key. I mean, the thing is, as long as you don't get like really bad rotations every time, because you do have orb changes, and the fact that like Piccolo gives himself a decent amount of key, it's usually not too bad. But it definitely is like more maintenance like than just running like a movie bosses team or something. But I don't know, I think it's interesting, it's fun. I think it's I'm enjoying using it more than just using a movie bosses team, because I was getting really annoyed with the movie bosses team of keep getting rotations of like Turles, Chaozu, and then like Rose, and it's like, okay, well this is basically a wasted turn because no one can kill everyone. Whereas on this team, with enough orbs, Piccolo, Fat Boo, and either of the Brolys can all kill their entire team. So it can work out really well. Because yeah, here we just got to pop the one orb changing item, grab all those orbs, and then that should be everybody dead. How hard are you going to grind the World Tournament? I mean, I'm literally just going to grind it the whole time that it's on. So, I want to finish as high as possible. Because I need those sweet, sweet orbs. Plus, as long as I get the the copies to open up 17's paths, like obviously the higher I finish, the more extra copies I get, that means the less time I have to spend farming his super attack from the free-to-play AGL one. Because obviously if I pull a bunch of extra copies, I can just feed them in straight away to get his super attack up. And then I'll only have to farm a couple of copies after that. So I essentially just want to finish as high as I can. So yeah, everyone's saying it is 30%. I thought it was. I second guessed myself for a minute, because I think isn't B-Pan's 30% as well. So I think I confused myself for a second. But it was before Ningen finally got... Yeah, exactly. When I was first trying out the team, I had to use the Great Ape Goku, which is really annoying, because if he transforms, he basically wastes, like, 2 turns. It's really annoying. So Piccolo is definitely the leader that you want to use. So shout out to Creeper Explorers for the subscription as well. Welcome to the channel, my dudes. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Like, I'm sure it plays on the stream because it comes out of my TV as well. But I've got the good old Dio as my subscriber thing, which I think is pretty funny. B-Pan's 30. Oh, that's it. Yeah, B-Pan's 33%. So Goku is 30%. I mean, that is actually ridiculous. Yeah, I pulled him just before the last World Tournament started. Or I think it was during the World Tournament, Shadow. I think I pulled him on the actual SSR banner. But yeah, of course, the problem is I didn't have time to, like, because the World Tournament was in the middle of being on, I didn't have time to, like, farm his super attack and all that other stuff that you kind of need to do for him to actually, like, really be usable. So let's go ahead and Ghost Usher here. Shout out to Reanimation over on the Twitch side for the bits. Multiple 1-bit donations coming in from Reanimation. Thank you very much, my dude. Let us get... I've actually never, like... I don't know how bits and stuff work on Twitch, because, like, I've had people donate bits before, but I've, like, never gotten any money from Twitch, so I don't know how that works. I should probably look into that more, but... You can't refund bits. But, like, I'm assuming that they must, like, translate into actual money. Like, like I said, I should really look into it more, but there you go. You didn't have all of his medals and 20 SSR Piccolos ready to feed an SAP. I did not know. I mean, at that point, I wasn't necessarily committed to running the team. It was just something that I talked about with Shadow before, and obviously I was trying it out with the Goku leader. And yeah, it was not something I thought to well, that's the thing as well, because you have to farm the Strike Piccolo, which is Tuesday, I believe. So obviously the World Tournament's on at the weekend. I didn't have time to come out of the... obviously the weekend was when I was doing the tournament. And then... it wouldn't be till Tuesday that I could farm his super attack. So as soon as the World Tournament was over, I did it on Tuesday. They should waste bits if you're not getting any money from it. No, that's fair. I mean, I must do. I'll have to check it. I need to look into my account because I've got the Twitch affiliate thing. Because you there's the 3 steps. Like when you make your channel, it's just like a standard starting thing, and then once you meet a bunch of like landmarks, once you meet it's like a bunch of achievements, you get to affiliate, and then you have to do a load more to get to partner. But I think the partner one is where you actually start making like proper money. But the partner one's really hard to get to. You have to like average like 50 or 100 people in your stream and stuff, and I don't think I've ever had 100 people in my stream, so that's obviously not going to happen anytime soon. A bit is roughly a penny or so. Okay. Well, that's homework for me for after the stream when I'm once the World Tournament is done and I'm not busy grinding. I should probably look into more of the thing. I was almost tempted to not even bother, because obviously I stream on Twitch and YouTube at the same time at the moment, and I was starting to think about not even bothering to do that, because most people do only watch on YouTube. There's not normally many people in the Twitch side, but I know there are some people that only come to the streams on the Twitch side, so I didn't want to stop doing it altogether. But yeah, that's just something I'll have to look into, I guess, going forward. That's just enough. Well, at least they're stunned, so I guess if it doesn't kill everyone, we can go from there. But I never thought of nuking for this. I mean, I hadn't before. It was actually Mystic Shadow in the chat, who is the head mod in my Discord. He cooked up the team. And he consistently finishes in the top 50 every single time. So obviously he was doing something right. So I decided to try it out last World Tournament, and then obviously I've been using it for the whole of this one as well so far. So I would say it's going pretty well. Whereas I had to grind medals for Zamasu immediately after my initial summons were done. Oh, wait, sorry. I was definitely ready to work on tech transforming Trunks when I pulled him. I had all the medals and SA folder for him at the time. Oh, see, that's the thing. I did my summons for him as soon as the banners came out. So, obviously, I didn't have time to, farm the medals or anything. But, I think I farmed up some Trunkses already, because you could obviously get them from the LR, campaign. So, I did end up farming his super attack from there. But that was nice and easy, fortunately. Seriously made to serve more subscribers. He makes some great content. Well, thanks a lot, dude. I appreciate that. I mean, things have been going pretty well on the channel recently. Growth has been pretty good. We've gotten a lot of views and stuff on the No Item Super Battle Road videos. I'm still keeping those memes going with Truth. He told me the other day that I need to stop because he proclaims himself the Super Battle Road King, and I told him I would never stop. So we got to keep that going. But yeah, things have been really good. The growth, the views, everything lately has been really good. I'm still really enjoying it. Obviously, those of you that were there, I did my little premiere thing. It's been just over 2 years now. I hit my 2-year anniversary a couple of weeks ago for the channel. And that's when we dropped the Ningen Club merch, which the nudge, the link is in the description down below for the Ningen Club merch if you want to check that out. Shout out to everybody who has actually ordered some already. I know we've got a couple of people in the chat. Yeah, 333. I just posted that earlier today. I thought it was a funny milestone. Got to 3,333 subs. So all the threes, but that was pretty good. But yeah, who is in here at the moment? Spuds, I think Spuds was one of them. Spuds and Jake, I know definitely got them. Our boy Raptors Delight, Mr. Pilk, who is another Dokkan YouTuber, got one. But yeah, I definitely appreciate it. Like, I'm a big fan. The guy who did the design of the logo for me, like, it looks awesome. I'm really happy with how it turned out. So, yeah, shout out to anyone who has ordered any of the merch. It's pretty cool. I do love, because obviously once I got the thing finalized, I obviously bought one of the t-shirts for myself. And I do very much like wearing it. It is very cool. Wearing my own merch. I'm taking way too long to decide how to do this, so let's just go for those. And then I guess we can clear out those and save the other ones. Yo, JCV Goku, how's it going, dude? How are you doing, my man? Are you grinding away at the World Tournament? Are you the highest ranking Dokkan YouTuber? Oh no way. Like, nowhere close. But I mean, we're making moves, so you know, I'm not gonna complain. I've done a lot of like collabs and like, you know, just like live chats and stuff with quite a few other like bigger channels and stuff. So I'm very thankful for all the stuff that I have managed to achieve so far. I'm very proud of the progress that we have made on the channel. Shout out to all of you for making this possible. So Truth is scared of you, that's why he's telling you to let go of the Super Battle Road crown. I mean, let's be fair. I mean, obviously, he has every unit in the game Rainbow. So, you know, he's always going to be able to do any stage that I can beat with no items. He is going to be able to beat with no items because he has all the units that I have, but like with more dupes than I have. But it's like I said on one of my previous videos, and like I was joking with him about it on the timeline the other day, is for me, every stage that I manage to beat that he's beaten, but I do it with a much worse team, like that's a W for me as far as I'm concerned. Because the team that I use, like I did movie bosses, like I had a proper search around before I posted that video, and I could not find a single YouTube video or post of somebody else doing movie bosses with no items on global. Because obviously Truth's done it on JP, and I think DBZ World did it on JP. But they all used STR Cooler, and they have the Tech Golden Freezer Easy A on global. So I was at a significant disadvantage, and I managed to do it. Some you beat first. Yeah, exactly. The Super Saiyan 3 one. Again, I had a proper search around, and I couldn't find anyone anywhere that had done the Super Saiyan 3 stage with no items. And obviously, bear in mind, we're on global as well, so we didn't have the I didn't have the Xeno Goku awakening. I mean, I don't have Xeno Goku at all, but like Xeno Super Saiyan 3 Goku, once he gets his awakening, is an absolute monster for Super Battle Road. So, oh, I mean, World Tournament highest rank 52 is crazy. Oh, I don't know actually, because I mean, I'll have another look at the leaderboard, because we haven't looked at it in a hot minute, but I'll see if I recognize any of the names, because I know some of the names on there from some of the groups that I'm in, but I don't think any of them are YouTubers, but we'll have a look. Give you those. I beat movie bosses with the same team I used for Mono Extreme SBR with my physical Broly as lead and friend AGL Taylors. Nice. Yeah, see, I found my physical Broly was just getting hit way too hard, and I think there's an STR enemy on like 2 of the 3 stages, so it was just way too risky, unfortunately. Are your shirts going to be there for Friday still? I might get one myself. Oh yeah, they're going to be there forever. Like, the link will always be in the description of all my videos and stuff. They're not like time limited or anything, so they will be there forever. And I did try, I mentioned this in the video where I actually like revealed the merch, but I tried to make them as cheap as possible. Like, you get to set the prices on Teespring, but they have to be a minimum price to cover the cost of what it costs to make the shirt. And then after that, you can make it as expensive as you want, and you get to keep the profit. And I would much rather like more people actually bought the shirt because it was at like a reasonable price. So I basically like made it as cheap as possible So I don't really make a lot of money off of them, but like I said, I would much rather people actually buy them than me make a load of money off of them. So I just love the idea. Like, I think it's so cool, the idea that there are people walking around right now wearing shirts that are based off of my channel. I think that's awesome. So doing these no items for truth is expected. Doing it for you is an accomplishment. Well, exactly. That's what I said in one of my videos. Like, they are certainly a lot harder. Like, that movie boss is, like, no joke. I literally must have tried that stage over 100 times. And I kept getting really close. And then, like, you would just take the super attack in, like, the worst possible spot on the turn. Or, like, and a couple of times, I posted a video of it on Twitter where I got that Dokkan attack. And Gohan survived with the tiniest sliver of health. And all Turles had to do at the end of the turn was crit, and I would have won. And he did not. He survived with the tiniest sliver of health, and then he killed me. So I got close quite a few times, and then got very, very bad RNG. So I feel like the weakest possible team that can beat a Super Battle Road stage item list deserves the crown. I mean, yeah, that's exactly it. Like, if you had a street race between somebody in a Ferrari and somebody in a clapped out Nissan Micra, and the person in the clapped out Nissan Micra only came, like, very, very close second, you would probably say that the person driving that car was better than the person driving the Ferrari. So that's all I'm saying. And obviously, like, I said this in my video before, but the whole thing is, like, memes. Like, it's all jokes. Like, obviously, I have nothing but respect for truth. And I do think it's very funny that we're having this jokey little rivalry. So, because at first, obviously, like, I know, like, big YouTubers and stuff, they probably get people at them and stuff all the time. So I was very cautious, like, in the beginning when I started tagging him in some of those posts. Like, I made sure to DM him and just be like, oh, you know, this is obviously, you do realise that this is all in good fun and I'm not trying to, like, shit talk you or anything. And obviously he was cool with it, because we ended up doing the video together where I made very, very bad choices in the teams that I decided to bring and got absolutely crushed. So it's pretty awesome. I can't wait till the day I can actually do something like that, but I do need to upgrade my setup. Do something like what? Sorry. Alright, I'm getting global up on the emulator, so it's easier to after. Oh no. Oh wow. Fortunately I got enough orbs to super, but they're not stunned. I've done something horribly wrong. That's what I get for clicking too fast. Someone thought a long time about that Ferrari reference. I actually didn't, but there you go. He's been saving it for a while. No! Damn it. Having my own merch. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I still wasn't sure whether the time was right to release it, because obviously, compared to some of the people that we know, like people like Warden and Tiger who have their own merch, like, their channels are like 10 times the size of mine. So I was wondering if it was like when would be a good time to drop merch, because obviously if your channel's still like really, really small, then arguably there's not much point in releasing merch. But, like, I don't know, I had someone design the logo for me and I liked it so much I decided I couldn't wait, and fortunately some people did decide that they wanted to buy it, so that is that's the best I can hope for, I guess. There goes 10 minutes between the app update and the download. Oof. Well, just don't transfer your account over, do the update first and then go over. That's what I did. Literally, I was playing the World Tournament right up until the point where I clicked, like, the button to transfer my account over. So I didn't waste any time. I say it was a good time to do so. Well, fair enough. I mean, like I say, people actually bought it, so I guess it was a good time. I don't like Tiger because he called you Ningen instead of Ningen. Yeah, see, I didn't want to correct him because it was like his channel and I didn't want to be rude. But like, it does always make me laugh because like when I've gone onto other streams, because obviously my name on YouTube and Twitch is the Masked Ningen, and like I've gone into streams of other people for like other games and stuff and said hello. And it always makes me laugh when people say Ningen instead of Ningen because it makes me feel like they don't watch anime. Because obviously they say Ningen quite a lot in a lot of series. Like any series that has like demons or like supernatural beings and stuff, like they will probably say Ningen at some point in that anime. And yeah, considering the amount of times Zamasu and Goku Black say Ningen, I was very surprised that Tiger got it wrong. But I was joking about it. It's funny because I actually rewatched the thing afterwards because obviously doing the actual thing live with them and chatting is obviously very different to like experiencing it as an actual like product. So I rewatched it afterwards, and I think there's a point like right near the end where he asks me and Toon Rami what we call our followers. And so obviously I said the Ningen Club because I mean I'm pushing my merch now, so because, you know, we've had the things before. We got the 5,000 Mortals plan. We got the Lobster Squad. We've had quite a few different meme nicknames so far. And yeah, so when I said Ningen Club, you could kind of hear in his voice, he was like, oh, yeah, the Ningen Club. And it was just, I think he kind of realised at that minute that he'd said it wrong, like the entire stream. But that's the thing, I didn't want to be rude. How the heck could you tell I bought a shirt, by the way? I haven't even gotten it yet. I thought you posted... well, maybe it wasn't you. Maybe I'm thinking of someone else then. I thought you posted me a picture of the receipt, like the thing in your cart. Or maybe that was somebody else. But hey, speaking of Toon Rami, have you stopped your grind? Because I looked for you on the leaderboard about half an hour or so ago, and I couldn't see you anywhere. Tiger just has a habit of pronouncing things wrong. Yeah, I could have sworn, like, if I was aware that you got a shirt, I might have gotten you confused with someone else, because if you didn't send me, like, a picture of your screen, like, your basket, or, like, a picture of the shirt actually having arrived, then I guess I wouldn't know. So, I very well might have got you confused with somebody else. That's very much a possibility, so it'll forever be Lobster Squad for me. I mean, it's both. It's all of them. It's as many and as few as we want at this point. Plus, you know, we had to represent. We got the lobsters on the Ningen Club logo. I mean, that's the thing. It's only really like on the logo. It's only Ningen Club because it is based off of the Bullet Club logo. So. Plus, I just thought it was cool because I am a big fan of wrestling and the Bullet Club in general. So I thought it would be cool to have a nice little homage. I am up there. I'm just in disguise. See, I mentioned that earlier that you might have changed your name, but then I was like, but I don't think a person who's a YouTuber would change their name. Like, so I guess maybe you did. I'm like 99% sure I didn't send anything, but I guess the cat's out of the bag. Oh, well, there you go. Somehow I psychically deduced that you had, in fact, gotten a shirt. So, I appreciate it very much. Super Lobster Ningen 17 God Squad Club. I mean, that's not quite as catchy if you put that on a t-shirt, though, I feel. So... Speaking of, I still haven't had a chance to watch AEW, even though I told you a kid from my high school is on it. Yeah, I haven't watched a lot of it at all. I've seen bits here and there, because I follow a lot of the wrestlers, and I follow like Wrestling Observer and stuff like that on Twitter, so I do see all the stuff that gets posted, but I haven't really watched much of it either, if I'm being honest. So Toon equals Mysterio. Yeah, it could be Mysterio, because I did say, because he is using Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta, so that is one that we saw earlier. Like I said, once we finish this particular set, I will check the rankings again. Because I don't actually have Toon Rami on my friends list in the game. And I mentioned it to him earlier this morning when the World Tournament had started. And he told me he was too busy actually doing the grind to have time to go into his friends list and remove somebody so that he could add me. Which, I mean, to be fair, I respect that hustle. That he's so committed to the grind that he didn't have time to make room for me on his friends list. I figured I'd have some fun with this whole World Tournament grind. I mean, hey, you got to do something to make it a bit more interesting, because it is very much a monotonous grind. That's one of the things, like, streaming the World Tournament is kind of like a double-edged sword, because by streaming it, you're kind of hurting your grind, because it takes longer, because A, the emulator takes ages to load, and B, obviously when I'm streaming, I kind of need to pay attention to the chat, like, to speak to you guys and stuff, like, and sometimes I'll, like you saw earlier, sometimes I'll be not paying attention, and I'll click on the wrong orbs, so it is actually harder to grind the World Tournament when you're streaming. But the flip side of that is it's a lot less boring grinding the World Tournament when you're streaming, because I get to chat to you guys, like we talk about Jojo, we talk about Dokkan and all sorts of other stuff, and it just makes grinding the World Tournament a lot less boring. So yeah, it's kind of like a double-edged sword, but either way, we're making progress. We're rocking and rolling. Everyone is thinking I'm Mysterio. Wait, so are you not? I mean, I figure you're not going to tell us, but do you watch Cultaholic on YouTube? I don't know. I have heard of them. Isn't Matthew from Botchamania on there? Oh, yo, shout out to LBBX over on the Twitch side. How's it going, my dude? Welcome to the stream. Cultaholic or What Culture. Yeah, I did used to watch a lot of the What Culture wrestling stuff, but haven't they changed? Didn't they change into Cultaholic? I'm not actually sure. But got to optimize the World Tournament grind. I'm typing right now in between attack animations. Yeah, that's literally what he said to me this morning when we were talking about it, because we talked about our teams a little bit. And yeah, that's what he was saying to me this morning. I'm feeling lonely here. Yeah, I feel like the thing's disappeared. There's normally a thing on the Twitch, like under the actual where you see the stream, that tells you how many people are in the stream, but that doesn't seem to be there anymore. So I don't know. Do you watch Nux Taku by chance? I don't. I have seen a video or two of his before, and I'm not a fan. So because I feel like all of his videos, I feel like they're supposed to be satirical and that he's like being overly annoying on purpose, but like, yeah, I don't know. 28 watching, 28 likes, perfectly balanced, that's all things should be. I like it. Matt does the Cultaholic podcast, I believe. Yeah, I thought so. I only heard his voice recently for like the first time, and it's so much deeper than I thought it would be after having seen like pictures of him and stuff. Shadow Ningen told me about you. Yeah, that's the thing. When I talk about this World Tournament team, I never pretend that I came up with it. So, yeah, Mystic Shadow over here is the main man behind the STR Nuke team for the World Tournament. So I will always give credit where credit is due. So, yo, Aaron Phillips, how's it going, my dude? Welcome to the stream. Where I get all my wrestling info and whatnot. Yeah, I'm not as connected to it as I used to be. But I do still like to follow it because it's something that I've been a big fan of for a long time. I actually used to do it as well, which is a story that I'm saving up for some time in the future. I almost tweeted about it the other day, but I didn't want to, like, I don't know, it comes across as weird to like tag him in something like that, but like one of my dream things would be to be on like a podcast or like an interview or something with Geekdom, because he obviously is a huge Dragon Ball and wrestling fan, and so am I. And I don't know a lot of people that are massive fans of both Dragon Ball and wrestling. So one day, that would be like a great place to do it. But like one day I will tell the story of how I used to be a wrestler. But save it for after the cooking video. Yeah, that's one day gonna come. One day. Oh wait, oh well, I've just restored my stamina now. I was gonna say, before I do that, let's check the thing. So I'm at 52. Our boy Andy, who's always the one competing with me for the Easy A's, is at 49. Shadow's at 15. Whew. Let's see, where are the SSBE Vegetas? Because unless you've changed your team, so no, yours was Rainbow, so that's not you. So yeah, Toon Rami is either Mysterio, or he's changed his leader, or he's below me. You're not Paige, dude. Not every prick can do it. I have a friend who's a pro wrestler. He's almost 7 feet tall. Damn, I used to wrestle too. No way. Well, that's the thing. So obviously in the UK, it's not as like big, especially when I was younger. But the thing is, I will preface this with like, I was not in any way a pro. It was literally like, I did very small shows in like very small halls in my local town. But saying that, we did once do a show at our local like sports and community centre that had like 300 people in attendance. So I mean, it's not bad. Wait, I think I remember seeing a wrestling video of yours on Facebook. Yeah, probably. I thumb wrestled once, so I'm deep in the wrestling world. But yeah, it was one of those things where, like, that's the thing, there's not a lot, like, in America, as far as I know, I mean, I guess they're, like, America's a very big place, and I'm sure many of you who are in America will probably be able to tell me that that's actually not the case, but in America, there are wrestling schools, like, everywhere, whereas over here, there really isn't, and so when I was younger and, like, really wanted to get into wrestling, like, there just wasn't anywhere you could go to, like, learn anywhere near where I lived. So yeah, we just had to make do. Like, we, like many people, it's always funny because like once you get to the pro wrestler level, they have to like say that they don't like condone that, but pretty much all like pro wrestlers start off by having done like backyard wrestling, and that's what we used to do. We used to do like stupid stuff with like tables and light tubes and barbed wire and stupid stuff like that. But like me and a couple of friends from school actually saved up the money between us to buy our own wrestling ring, and then yeah, we started doing like these like small shows and stuff. So it was never anything big, but it was something that I gave up like a few years ago because I started getting really into like indie wrestling, like all the Ring of Honor stuff, PWG, all that sort of stuff. And like, it was just one of those things. I've never been like super athletic, and so like the type of wrestling that I liked the most, like the kind of like Ricochet, Will Ospreay, like that kind of stuff, I knew that I could never do anything like on the level of the stuff that they do, and that's the kind of wrestling that I like. So I kind of got into the mindset of like, if I can't do the type of wrestling that I want to see, then I just don't want to do it at all. Plus, you know, it was one of those things, it was like a hobby, it wasn't a job, so I was doing it for free. It was taking up a lot of time, like a lot of commitment, all that sort of stuff, but there you go. Combat Zone Wrestling style, old school ECW. Yeah, exactly. That's when I got into like the old ECW pay-per-views on DVD and stuff. This is back in like the early 2000s, I guess. So it's quite a while ago, but there you go. I'd say it's a lot more common for sure. I'm from NC, so that backyard stuff is semi-common. Yeah, I know that sort of stuff is pretty common in America. But did you watch Lucha Underground? I did watch some of it. Yeah, I didn't watch all of it. PWG was definitely like one of my favourites until like most of the big people from PWG started going to like NXT and stuff. And then I think they've like closed the PWG hall, the place that they did all their shows. Was it in like Reseda, California? They've closed that now or something. But yeah, anyway, like I said, I'm saving the full story for all that stuff for another time. So maybe one day I will fully go into all of that stuff. But it was a long time ago now. There you go. Am I the only one who likes physical DBS Broly more than LR Broly in the World Tournament because he gets guaranteed supers, basically? Well, the thing is, he does get guaranteed supers, but on times 30, he does struggle to kill everybody. Yo, Garkaz, I'm really sorry. I missed your... I think I did see your thing pop up, but I was like mid-spiel about my thing. How are you doing? Have you been grinding the tournament much? I grew up in the Attitude Era. Yeah, see, same here. Like, the Attitude Era for WWF was, like, my jam. Like, the whole, like, Rock, Austin, the Ministry, like, all that stuff. I was into WWE when it was still WWF with WCW. Yeah, with, like, the Invasion stuff, yeah. I don't know what to run for LR Broly to have guaranteed supers, sadly. You just need to run Saiyans that have key support. So like Turles, Rose, Physical Goku Black. Like even if they don't fit on the leader skill, the idea is to just put them on the team anyway, but then not let them take hits. And then you should be okay. Ooh, it's a good thing I noticed that Turles is not stunned. I guess we'll just do this. We'll just overkill nuke him into oblivion. Unmaster Master Ningen retrospective. Yeah, I died in my 14th win earlier. Oh, damn. Well, that's what happened to me. I got home from work after spending all day. I think I'd gotten up to like 50 wins, and then I was not paying attention, and I managed to die. So I'm back up to... Actually, I don't even know. I must be back up to like 10 by now. The good thing is, I thought it was going to really screw me over and like make me drop down in the rankings. But fortunately, I only dropped down a couple of places. And then since we've been building the winning streak back up, we've gone back up from there. I do have Turles, Rose, and Physical Goku Black. Yeah, see, so the movie bosses build that I used to run, if you want to get like guaranteed supers with LR Broly, is run Turles as the leader, LR Broly, and then run Rose and Physical Goku Black, and then just bring Jacko and Chaozu. And then literally the only rotation that you can get where it's difficult for Broly to super attack is if you get the rotation of Broly, Jacko and Chaozu, because then obviously he doesn't have any links with them. But with both Goku Blacks and Turles, he has prepared for battle for 2 key, and they give him 3 key with their passive, and then obviously there's 3 key from the leader skill, so that's 8 key right there. So he only needs to pick up like 4 orbs or 2 STR orbs. Yeah, I thought Piccolo would kill them all, and he did not. Yeah, is your Piccolo is like mine, isn't he? He has no dupes. So unfortunately, yeah, unless you pick up a ton of orbs, he's not likely to kill everybody. I still have hundreds of WWF videos on my external hard drive, like Hulk Hogan. Damn, old school. I do miss some of the Attitude Era. I miss the crazy tag matches with Hardy Boys, Dudley Boys. Yeah, like the original TLC match between the Hardys, the Dudleys, and Edge and Christian. That was amazing. That was the kind of stuff that like me and my friends saw when we were young, and like that we wanted to do. So like, I don't think anyone still has them, but like back in the days before we actually got like a ring and we just used to do crazy stuff in my friend's back garden, there's videos of us doing some pretty dumb stuff with like ladders and tables and things like that. So see, I don't want to use an item here. I guess we could do that thing again. We could just set up for next turn for Fat Boo, because there's quite a few int orbs here. So if 55%, yeah, Rini dupes. Yeah, exactly. Mine's only 55%, so I don't rely on him. It's nice that he can do decent damage to everyone. And oh, yours is 79%. Damn. Still definitely can't rely on him to wipe anything. Yeah, fair enough. In the prelims, if you pick up enough orbs, he definitely can kill everyone. But yeah, it's definitely safer to not rely on it happening, I guess. Let's have a look here. Yeah, I definitely would like to pull more dupes for him. Because, I mean, if nothing else, it just means you have slightly more HP. But then, to be fair, I guess that doesn't really matter. Because if you do get hit, if you do let a hit go through, you get hit so hard, it probably doesn't matter, like, having a little bit of extra health. See, I've dropped a spot as well now. I need to speed up. Can't wait for this fat boo to... Oh, God, yeah. Shadow and I were actually talking about this earlier. Like, if that fat boo gets an easy A, whew, this team will be even better. Easy A will be nuts. Yeah, exactly. Like, he's already... I think he's really underrated, like, for the World Tournament. I said this earlier in the stream, but, like, if there's a whole bunch of red orbs, I actually think Fat Boo is better than LR Broly. Like, I guess for that one super, because he will kill everyone. Whereas if Broly gets his 18 key super, that'll deal a ridiculous amount of damage. And then he does the one AoE. Like, he might not kill everyone. So, Fat Boo, like we saw earlier, Fat Boo can be throwing out like 3 million damage crits and stuff. I'm gonna save my Ghost Usher here and use double Yema. And I'm gonna use 2 instead of 1 because obviously not using a Ghost Usher, there is always the slight possibility that Raditz could super attack, which would be really bad. So double Ghost Usher, and then obviously Fat Boo not only raises his attack, but he raises his defense with STR orbs as well. So yeah, Ivan Ooze from the movie Power Rangers. Yeah, exactly. The Green Ranger was the coolest. Everyone knows that. I did get that support World Tournament sale and the newly awakened Gohan for my tickets. Oh, nice. Yeah, I already had the Gohan Rainbow, so I awakened him straight away. I need, because he's one of the featured units on that banner now, I need 1 copy of the Super Saiyan 2 Great Saiyaman, so I can rainbow him. And I used all of the tickets that I'd gotten so far earlier, and I didn't get him, which is quite disappointing. Hopefully when we get the reward tickets at the end, I will actually be able to get him. I feel like we haven't had a bonus team in a while, which would help with the overall ranking as well, I guess. But all we can do for the time being is keep chugging along. Dragon Sword. Don't run from me. Come back here and accept your beatings. See, this is the worst rotation possible for this team. I hate it when we get this. So yeah, we couldn't even get the orbs to drop in a way that would be useful. But we got Fat Boo on the next rotation, so it doesn't matter. The AGL Super Saiyan Gohan, the support one. Yeah, he's real nice for Movie Heroes, because Movie Heroes doesn't really have a lot of dedicated support units. So yeah, that Gohan is very good for Movie Heroes, definitely. Oh, this is the rotation though, when you get Fat Boo and Majin Vegeta on the same rotation, because they're both orb changers. So I actually had the Dragon Flute as a kid. Nice. Physical Chi-Chi. Yeah, I pulled her twice with my tickets. Goddamn physical Chi-Chi. Yeah, I wonder how many tickets I've got. I think I used all my tickets after I'd claimed all of them. I'm not actually sure. Maybe at the end of the stream we could drop a couple of ticket summons. Because basically when the stream ends, I'm going to transfer my account back onto my phone, go and get into bed, and then I'll probably do at least a couple more runs until I run out of stamina, and then grab a couple of hours of sleep. And like I said before, just hope and pray that I don't fall down too many places while I'm sleeping. But old school theme song. Wow, this is an old school looking team. AGL Rose. How old are we all? Yeah, we're all pretty old by the sounds of it. Well, this is not a good rotation, is it? My inside leaks told me Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and Super Saiyan 3 Physical Gotenks got back from vacation and they will be on the Super Saiyan Blue card. Oh god, I hope not. Those are units that I definitely do not want to be seeing appear in my summons. I would be very upset. Are you working tomorrow? Yeah, I'm working tomorrow, baby. I'm on days again tomorrow. So I've got to be up at 5:30 in the morning and I'm going to finish the stream at midnight. So I get to go to bed for like 5 hours and then I've got to get up for work again. But yeah, hopefully, oh yeah, there you go. I was literally just needing to finish off Rose. Big Bad Beetleborgs. No, get out of here with that. That was the false pretender that was on Fox Kids. It was like the poor man's Power Rangers. We don't want any of that nonsense in here. Okay, so I'm up to 16 wins in a row now. So I've recovered 16 wins after my stupid mistake. But yeah, I feel like despite the fact that Toon did not admit that that was the case, I feel like he's got to be Mysterio unless he changed his team. Because I swear he mentioned to me earlier that he was too scared to change his team because he knows that his team works so well. And since he's the only person that's like up that high in the rankings that's using a Rainbow Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta, I feel like that has to be him. I wonder, will Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken bring another new unit on the banner? I mean, that is a good point, because they have been doing that a lot lately, but I'm not sure. I think because it's a global exclusive, and it's like a special celebration for Christmas, I think it is possible that they won't add another unit, but I don't know. Popping out for a smoke. No worries, my dude. Power Rangers fought an enemy that was an original enemy of the Beetleborgs. Really? Weird crossover. That's it. That's the thing. We've got to get in the middle of the two opponents so that rather than running around or running away from us, they have no choice but to come and fight us head on. So I love the fact that we are literally going to use 2 items just to change that one orb right there, which will allow Broly to super attack. But hit both Frost and Merm. Yeah, that is true actually. You are right. I completely overlooked that. Loving the Ning analysis. I mean, like I said, I mean that's my theory, and I'm sticking with it that you are Mysterio, but because when I checked a lot earlier on in the day, I was at about 100 and something, and you were at 57 already. So unless you stopped, it's very unlikely that you dropped below me. And so since that's the only person above me who's using Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta, I feel like it's got to be. Did you see the Power Rangers and Turtles crossover? I didn't see it. No, I know it exists. I was actually going to mention it, funnily enough. But yeah, I know it exists, but I haven't seen it. But yeah, that's quite interesting then. So, AC raises a good point. The fact that the hit banner brought us the Frost and Bota Magetta. So, maybe Goku... That would actually be really cool, Mr. T. If a Gohan and Piccolo card together from the Tournament of Power, that would be really cool. Especially if because they've been doing that a lot lately, where they've been bringing out these units that have like support passives for the certain categories. So they could make them, because that seems to be a bit of the theme with this card, because it's part of his like active skill restriction and stuff. They could bring out a Gohan and Piccolo card that was a Representatives of Universe 7 support unit. That'd be pretty cool. Also, Toon Rami loves WWE and he's being mysterious about it also. He is Mysterio. Exactly, he's playing a character. He's just like Mysterio in Far From Home. Plus STR, Frost and Physical Champions Awakenings. Well, yeah, because we know we're getting Awakenings, because we're getting the physical Super Saiyan Blue Goku, the Tech Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, and the Bergamo Awakenings. So we know we're getting bonus Awakenings. But as of yet, we don't know about any new units. But I think they'll stick to one non-Dokkan Fest unit per banner now to make every banner more valuable. I mean, that's what they've been doing for a while now. So you are quite right. I wouldn't be surprised if this banner has a new unit as one of the featured that obviously then is not a Dokkan Fest exclusive and goes into the pool afterwards. But hey, we hit rank 50. I want a duo Krillin 18 card and Tien and Roshi card. Actually, yeah, I would. To be fair, I would probably rather have a Tien. I would probably rather have a Krillin and 18 card before a Gohan and Piccolo. But give me your glasses first, and then we will talk. My glasses? Oh wait, what am I doing as well? How have I left it this long without doing this? There we go. I'll give Toon the wrench. I don't know how I didn't notice that like straight away. Alright, so we're now in the top 50. So now we're gunning for this guy. He is 7 million points ahead of us. Okay, so gunning for top 30. Maybe a physical typing for the card. I'm still waiting for that transforming Angel Frieza into golden. Yeah, I feel like that's got to be something that's coming at some point. I would absolutely love a Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 20 Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta joint card. Yeah, I feel like that's like anniversary level kind of card though, I think. Although obviously all the hints and stuff so far seem to indicate that the 5-year anniversary, one of the cards will be Blue Gogeta. And I assume that he's going to just start off as Blue Gogeta, because then obviously you'll still be able to use the AGL one alongside him. I feel like that's probably going to be the case. But oh, right. Literally the glasses from the movie. I don't know how I missed that after I literally just made the reference to the movie. But there you go. I'm going to fall back on blaming the fact that I'm tired from my shifts. I'm still going to Ghost Usher because well, actually no, Broly got 2 supers, didn't he? I really didn't need to do that. I only really needed to use the Ghost Usher if Broly had gotten his 18 key, but never mind. Tien and Roshi, Thundershock, Surprise, and Tri-Beam, which has a stun effect. I mean, that's the thing. There's definitely a couple of things that they could do. I'm actually really interested in that now. I literally hadn't thought about it until you guys mentioned it, but now I'm really interested to see if there's going to be a new unfeatured. Well, he'll be featured on this banner, but like a new non-Dokkan Fest unit that gets added to the banner. That would actually be really cool. I'm very, very intrigued now to see if that is actually going to happen. Let's all take a guess how long it will take for the new Goku to come back. Yeah, they need to not do that again. I can't understand how that got decided that was an idea. to not have Hit come back on a banner, like, at all. They made a big deal out of the fact that he was global exclusive. Like, obviously, I think people underrate him because he doesn't have very good defense, but, like, when he first came out and we actually got to see what he could do in-game, like, he is a very, very good unit, and I was really hyped. Like, you know, I wanted to do my part as a global main, like, to hype him up, because I thought he was really, really good. And then, obviously, as you guys know, I didn't pull him. And then he just never came back. So they really do need to not make that mistake again. That's really bad. Like, Turles was bad enough. The fact that he didn't come back for what, like 11 months? 10 and a half months, something like that. But for Hit to be gone for basically a full year is just absolutely ridiculous. For the 5-year, I'd like another Vegeta Blue with Blue Gogeta, but he already has so many cards. Yeah, that's very true. Only forgiven the World Tournament brings out the... Yeah, I know, right? Krillin that throws his stinky shoe at the enemy for a super attack. That'd be hilarious. And it stuns. It's like a guaranteed stun. Tech Hit has yet to make a return on Global in general, so be surprised if I ever pull him, since that would make up all 3 units of Fumble SA fodder coming up. Well, I mean, it's literally like 99.9999% that he'll be on the Kaioken Goku banner. So hopefully you and I will both get lucky and actually pull him from Goku's banner. Although I said this jokingly to, I think it was Shadow earlier, is like, after not getting hit last year in like 1,000 stones, watch me go like 1,000 stones deep on this Goku banner, and I'll pull like 3 or 4 hits but not pull Goku. And I mean, I don't want to jinx myself, but I have a horrible feeling that that's potentially going to happen. So, but like I said, I will be streaming Goku summons as soon as the banner is up. So make sure you check back then and see if my horrible prophecy comes true. Teles was 11 months. Hit is a year. The only thing close was Rose on JP, took 9 months. Damn. So the STR one or the... Or was it AGL? I forget. Because I got really lucky. I pulled 2 copies of Rose on his first banner. And then he came back on the 250 mil banners with Transforming Frieza. And I literally pulled like the 3 copies I needed to rainbow him from that Frieza banner. I pulled 1 Frieza and no Gokus. But I managed to pull 3 Goku Blacks. So that was an interesting banner for me. Hit's fun, got him with 2 dupes on JP. That's the thing, I feel like if I did get him, I would have used him quite a bit, like, up until this point. But now that obviously everything is so much more focused on defense, especially, like, for me, with trying to do, like, no-item super battle roads and stuff like that, like, Hit could maybe be useful on the Universe Survival Saga run, but literally only if, like, he would have to stun, like, every single time he attacks. And you'd have to make sure he's in a position where, like, he isn't getting hit back unless maybe it's by an AGL unit. But even then, it's, like, potentially risky. But, I mean, like I said, I'd just like to actually have him. So I can actually try him out in-game myself would be nice. Because I think back then when he dropped, I was using the private server stuff. So I'm pretty sure I did do a video of actually using him. But I've never had him in my own actual account to, like, use here and there on different things, but... Just pulled LRTN and another copy of Texel. Oh, what, from the World Tournament SSR's banner? Oh, nice. Well, hopefully the LRTN is actually useful for you, because obviously for me, I'm pretty much always finish first in my local, so it only takes me 3 World Tournaments to rainbow the World Tournament LR, and then after that every other copy I get of them is completely useless to me. What about joint cards like the year 3s, but they go into Vegeta Blue and Blue Gogeta and they have transformations we actually get to see on a normal basis? Yeah, I feel like it could be something like that. Like, even though, like I said, even though we're kind of think that it's going to be Blue Gogeta, it could definitely still be a Goku and Vegeta who then fuse into Blue Gogeta. But I mean, the only problem is if they do that, the card will potentially have the same name as LR Vegito, because obviously the LR Gogeta, they have the halos, don't they? So they won't have that name, because they'll be the Gogeta from the Broly movie. So yeah, that could happen. I think if it's going to be Blue Gogeta, the opposite unit is probably either going to be a full power Broly, so he has a different name, because obviously the physical one starts off as Super Saiyan Broly and then transforms into full power Broly. So I think the card opposite Gogeta is either going to be Broly, or maybe it will be a Vegeta. I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's, if it is going to be Blue Gogeta, I think it's going to be full power Broly. But they've not done a dual Dokkan Fest for the anniversary yet with a super and an extreme unit. It's always been 2 super units. So who knows, to be honest. But I forgot to use an item and the 3 dodge came in clutch. Yes! There you go, boys. The Church of Level 3 dodge. I've been a believer for a long time. I still need another 2 copies of him. I usually don't grind. Oh, well, awesome. I mean, unfortunately, I will say, like, obviously, like I said, I rainbowed him as soon as he became a thing. But, like, I've never used him. Because back when it was still sort of viable to run mono AGL, the LRTN and Chaozu are a really good link partner for LR Goten and Trunks. But since you don't really run mono teams anymore, there isn't really a team that you can run them both on. So I just realised I got the guaranteed Super Vegeta animation with the gold text. Nice. You're going to get Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken off the Goku Black animation and or Zeno. Oh, man, I hope so. That's the one thing I'm really looking forward to. Because obviously I'm saving my stones for that banner. So I'm not doing any summons until his banner drops. So apart from doing like the daily friend summon, I haven't had a chance to see the new animations really. Be back later, gotta go take care of a few errands at half speed. Fair enough, dude. I'm probably going to be streaming for about another half an hour and then I'll be offline. So what they could do is a base form Vegeta and Goku to Gogeta Blue, and a blue Goku and blue Vegeta to Vegeta Blue. Yeah, true. I just don't think, like, if it's, because obviously Blue Gogeta is technically the Broly movie like theme, it'd be kind of weird to have another Vegeta Blue as the opposite unit. But I mean, they could still do it. I'm not obviously not suggesting that they wouldn't do it because of that, but I don't know. Personally, I don't think so. But hey, what do I know? Just about 30 minutes left until the daily missions restart. Yeah, exactly. I was thinking about this earlier. That's the only annoying thing about when you're trying to hardcore grind the World Tournament, is the fact that at midnight you have to stop for a little bit to do the daily missions if you want to do them. But like, it is worth doing them because you get a few little useful items and then a stone or 2 depending what day it is. So I probably will try and do those as quickly as possible and then get back onto the grind. But you know nothing, Jon Snow. Finally was able to pull the SSJ AGO World Tournament Gohan after using 15 GSSR tickets. Damn. Yeah, like I said, I was very fortunate. He was the reward that was given out on that tournament ages ago where we got double rewards. And I finished high enough to get like the 5 copies of him. So I think it was like top 1,000. So I got 10 copies of him in total. They can make them exchange units. One is Vegeta / Goku, the other is Goku / Vegeta. Yeah, maybe. That could be interesting. Because that's the thing, they haven't brought out a lot of units that do that yet. Because that's still like a kind of new thing. Last weekend of Golden Weekend mission. Oh, well, there you go. So it definitely is worth doing. Taking a little bit of a break to do the missions. Because you can get a fair few stones for the Golden Weekend missions, so we'll definitely do that. One, two, three, four. So it's just enough to get a super attack. Still think Gogeta will be the Part 2 LR and the main anniversary units will be something else. Maybe. I mean, they could still surprise us and go for the whole UI Goku and Jiren. But I feel like they'd be LRs. Because if they save Gogeta for the Part 2 LR, then the... well, actually, the 4-year they did that. Didn't they? Because the 4-year it was a dual LR Dokkan Fest. And then they brought out an LR banner that had 2 new LRs on it. So the anniversaries are starting to get very LR heavy. But I don't know that they'd make something as hype as Gogeta Blue a non-featured LR. I mean, I don't know about that, because I mean, they made Kalen Caulifla the best unit in the game, and they're a non-featured LR. So, who knows? Apparently Battlefield resets in... Really? That seems early. Not for the 5-year. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and Vegito. Yeah, I feel like Super Saiyan 4 Vegito will probably be the first ever Heroes Dokkan Fest. Because now that the Heroes cards are on both versions, even though we are now obviously still behind JP with which ones we have, I feel like now that they're on both versions, they've opened up the possibility for a Heroes Dokkan Fest, but it would have to be a unit that would be really hype. And I think for most people, I know some people don't care for the Heroes stuff, but I think most people would be hyped for Super Saiyan 4 Vegito. Because I think I talked about this on a stream before. I was going to do a video about it, and then I didn't get around to it. Because I think it was one of those things. I was going to do a video where I was going to talk about Heroes units that I wanted to see come to Dokkan. And then literally like a couple of days later, all the new Heroes units came out on JP. Like the Golden Cooler and all that stuff. And they were units that I was going to put in that list in the video I was going to make. And then it didn't happen. And then they came out anyway, so I didn't make the video. But one of the things I was going to talk about in that is, if you imagine, if they drop a Super Saiyan 4 Vegito, and then they make him like a combination of all of the things that all of the themes that we've seen so far, right? So Vegito units in general, not all, because obviously Vegito Blue doesn't do it, but Vegito units have counters a lot of the time, or they have additional supers for the blue Vegitos, but the Super Vegitos have counters. And then the Super Saiyan 4 units, all of the Super Saiyan 4s in the game currently have the ability to counter super attacks, but a different percentage, obviously. Now, could you imagine if they wanted to do a Dokkan Fest Super Saiyan 4 Vegito, and they wanted to make him so good that people would be like crazy hyped to summon for him? You imagine if they gave him the ability to counter normal attacks, and then like the 30% chance to counter super attacks as well, like Vegeta and Goku. Like, they wouldn't give him the crazy like 70% like Gogeta and countering normals, but like, my god, that would be so good. Super Saiyan 4 category and I'll quit Dokkan. No, come on. We're going to get the new celebration info after the tournament. Yeah, exactly. It's supposed to drop Monday. But this is what we were saying earlier, is I don't see that it's going to go straight from the World Tournament ending straight into like new banners dropping. So I feel like the World Tournament is going to end, and then there's going to be a maintenance for like at least an hour. Maybe like AC said, we might just get like a small data download straight away that will just be like a little download that takes like a minute to download or whatever. But I honestly wouldn't be surprised if there was a short maintenance when the World Tournament ends. 75% counter, 55% additional. Oh, I don't know about that. But yeah, personally, I think leave out the built-in additionals, because I mean, that is good, but like, leave out the built-in additionals and just give him normal attack counters and then a 30% chance to counter super attacks. Make his counter animations really awesome. And then, yeah, like, I would go nuts for that card. Like, that would be easily like a minimum 1,000 stones banner for me. Like, that would be so good. And I don't think, like, obviously they're not going to make a Super Saiyan 4 category unless they release a lot of extra Super Saiyan 4 cards. Which, obviously, now with the hero stuff being in the game, like, they could do that. But obviously the characters that we know of already, you've got Super Saiyan 4 Vegito, there's Super Saiyan 4 Broly, and there has been in Heroes the Super Saiyan 4 Gohan as well. But the thing is, even if they brought out all of them, then the category like would literally just have to be all of them. There'd only be like, with different names, there'd only be like 6 or 7 units on that entire category. So I don't think we're going to see a Super Saiyan 4 category anytime soon. But even physical Vegito Blue has counters, so yeah, that would be nuts if he was a combo of what we have now. Yeah, exactly. That's literally the only way I was like, that's the way I was looking at it, is if you just take what the Vegito units we already have generally do, and then what the Super Saiyan 4 units we already have generally do, and then put those two things together, like, he would be awesome. And obviously, because he's from Heroes and not like a specific scene in like a specific saga of the anime, they can basically go nuts for like what they want to do for his like super attack animations and stuff. Oh yeah, Super Saiyan 4 Bardock, I forgot about Super Saiyan 4 Bardock. Yeah, he has been in Heroes as well. I did mention Gohan, but yeah, I forgot about Bardock. The one thing I don't like about Super Saiyan 4 Bardock, though, because I'm a huge Bardock fan, as I'm sure you all know, but the one thing I don't like about Super Saiyan 4 Bardock is obviously because Bardock is basically just like a clone of Goku. I personally think, like, when he goes Super Saiyan 4 in, like, Heroes and stuff, he should keep the body armor and then have, like, obviously the furry arms, like, coming out from underneath. But in the Heroes artwork for him being Super Saiyan 4, he loses the armor as well. And so then he just looks too much like Goku. He basically just is Super Saiyan 4 Goku with a bandana and a scar on his face. Now, obviously, you can argue that Bardock basically is just Goku with a scar on his face and a bandana. But at least the armor as well helps to, like, set them apart. And then, yeah, the Super Saiyan 4 Bardock, like, artwork, he loses the armor, which personally I don't like. But I mean, hey, it's not up to me, right? But just grateful to finally beat Majin Buu Saga Super Battle Road, with me finally pulling physical Super Vegito on step 2 of the banner. Oh, nice. And I already have my first dupe of Int Super Saiyan 3 Bardock since LR AGL Gohan's banner. Awesome. Yeah, Super Saiyan 3 Bardock is a unit that I feel like is very underrated. I was very happy to rainbow him. I really like him. Shout out to, I have a Minecraft girlfriend over on the Twitch side. How's it going, my dude? Welcome to the stream. A new Super Saiyan Blue Vegito with an active skill that he turns into Kaioken, or Blue Kaioken Vegito with an active skill that he fires the final Kamehameha. That'd be awesome. Yeah, because that's the thing. If they're going to go anything even remotely Heroes related, it would be pretty cool to have Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Vegito. Because that is from Heroes as well, isn't it? There's art with the armor, but it's only slightly broken. Yeah, see, I'd take that as well. But like having the no armor and just having the same Super Saiyan 4 upper body as Goku, I don't like that. He needs to keep the armor to maintain that like thing that keeps him different. Plus, he keeps his tail wrapped around his waist like he would normally while in Super Saiyan 4. Oh, okay. I mean, that's the thing. Obviously, there's the little touches, but like, I do think the armor is one of the big things that sets them apart. It's a Super Saiyan 4 and its magic clove removing changing abilities. I know, right? I'd like that. I really like the old armor. Yeah, I think Bardock is... obviously, I like Bardock. I think his design's really cool. And yeah, I just think it's a bit of a shame because I like his design. I think it's a little bit of a shame that he loses the armor in most of the art that I've seen for it. And also, obviously, not only have we seen in Heroes, you've got like the Super Saiyan 4 Broly, but there's the Dark Mask, like full power Super Saiyan 4 Broly as well, who's pretty crazy. So, for me, I've always been a big fan of the Heroes, like what if kind of stuff. I've always been a fan of like back when those Heroes animated trailers started coming out like years ago, and we first ever saw like Super Saiyan 3 Future Trunks and stuff like that. I've always liked that kind of stuff, so I've always wanted it to be in Dokkan. So yeah, I would very much like to see like Super Saiyan 4 Broly and stuff, but Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Vegito and Super Saiyan 4 Vegito would be an absolutely insane Heroes Dual Dokkan Fest. Yeah, exactly. Oh no. There I go. Misclicking the orbs again. But I think we should be okay. Actually, no. That is not enough to super attack unless we do this. So we will do that. Yo, shout out to Thy Popcorn over on the Twitch side. How's it going, my dude? Yeah, that would actually be an awesome Dual Dokkan Fest. I would go nuts for that. Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Vegito and Super Saiyan 4 Vegito. I mean, I feel like maybe they wouldn't do it just because it's both Vegetos, but that would be awesome. Plus, you imagine like how ridiculous the Potara team would be once they both came out as well. Whew. At least they finally showed Dark Broly without his mask, and now we have an ultimate unit attack with Super Saiyan 4 Broly and Dark Broly respectively. Oh, okay, I didn't actually know that. I've only seen the Dark Broly with the mask, and then the like Super Saiyan 4 Broly from before, like without the mask. But yeah, that's quite interesting. So we grab all of these. See, Piccolo, he'll try. He'll do a little bit. Maybe he can get some stuns. Oh, there you go. He's stunned. I mean, he's stunned the AGL unit, who is the most dangerous one. So, I mean, we'll take that. I'm getting so sick of these people promoting APT teams. They check Reddit, see high numbers, and go wild without thinking about anything else. Seriously, it is my #1 like pet peeve that I hate about Dokkan and like the Dokkan community is like mainly the Reddit. Is these ridiculous APT teams where like people put like Turles and Bulla on like every single team and like all that kind of stuff. Yeah, AC, are you talking about the that DBZ World video from earlier? Did you see my comment on it? Yeah, exactly. It's not a Potara team. If the team has Bulla and in LR Goku on it, then it's not a Potara team. It's just a team. And that's the thing that's always been my peeve. Like, I don't call, like for example, when I made the video of the new Zamasu, the AGL one, I put Turles on his team. Because obviously Zamasu's secondary leader skill is extreme types, but in the video I did not call that team a Realm of Gods team because Turles isn't a Realm of Gods unit. So as far as I'm concerned, that team is not a Realm of Gods team because it has Turles on it. APT Jake is basically the thing where they use the stats and the calculations to work out the maximum damage you can output in one turn. So on like the Potara team, for example, you can run like Bulla because she gives like 40% attack and defense. But she's not on the Potara team. So technically she shouldn't be on the team. She doesn't get any buff from the leader skill. So if she gets hit, she'll get absolutely slapped. But she makes everybody else deal 40% more damage. So technically, in terms of raw numbers, the team does more damage if you put her on the team. And that's the thing, like I said this before, like people can put whoever they want on whatever teams. Like I'm not going to be out here saying like, oh, you are not allowed to use Bulla on your Potara team. Like obviously I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is, especially when it comes to YouTube, don't put up a thing saying this is a Potara team and then it has Bulla on it. Because if it has Bulla on it, it's not a Potara team. So there you go. But anyway, shout out to Superman123533 for the subscription over on the YouTube side. Much appreciated, my dude. Welcome to the stream and the channel in general. I didn't see I posted about the other day. Yeah, it was DBZ World posted a video taking on the Legendary Goku event, and he called the video the strongest Potara team versus the Legendary Goku event. So I just commented on it being like, oh, I didn't realise Bulla and LR Goku were on the Potara category. I love running Turles on Realm of Gods and Wicked Bloodline, but only as supports. I mean, exactly, that's my whole point, right? Like, so, I personally, when I make a Wicked Bloodline team, like, if I just feel like it, if it's like, oh, you know, I fancy doing this Dokkan event with a Wicked Bloodline team, like, for me personally, I won't put Turles on the team, because he's not in the category, and there's so many good, like, Wicked Bloodline units to choose from. Now, obviously, because Turles is such a good support unit, it makes perfect sense to put him on the team, because he fits under Metal Cooler's leader skill, and yeah, he's a really, really good support unit. And literally, I was just going to say, just as Shadow is saying here, everybody should play the game exactly how you want. Like, don't hear me say that and then be like, oh, I can't put Turles on my Realm of Gods team anymore. Like, because of course you can do whatever you want. Like I said, my only annoyance comes from when people do that and then they say, like, oh, look at this, like, Realm of Gods team, and it's like, well, it isn't a Realm of Gods team because it has non-Realm of Gods units on it. But good luck finding cooler friends anyway. That is very true. I thought it was Realm of Gods with Tech Vegito Blue, Gogeta Blue, AGL West Kai for the most damage. No, it's got Supreme Kai of Time with her Awakening, Bulla and Int LR Goku are the supports, and then I'm guessing the rotations are both main rotationing a LR Vegito, and then one of them was the new AGL Super Vegito's Awakening, sorry, EZA, because obviously with his EZA he becomes ridiculously good. I need to try and connect more of these orbs. Oh, there you go. But yeah, I think with AGL Vegito's EZA has like put him onto that team, just because obviously once you get like his thing built up, like the sheer amount of damage that he can do if you can get him a bunch of counters is like absolutely ridiculous. I don't know about you, but I can always find Metal Cooler. Yeah, I was going to say, Spuds has always got Metal Cooler set, so I can always find at least one Metal Cooler. But yeah, it all started like back in the day when Weirus came out, and everybody started using Weirus on the Hybrid Saiyans team to make orbs for LR Trunks. And that was when it first happened, and it used to really annoy me, because I think it was even like, obviously no like shade on them, but I think it was like Rhyme Style maybe way back then. This was like before I even had a channel, but he put up a video that was like, it was like unbelievable Hybrid Saiyans team or something. And then when I went on it, it had Weirus on it, and I was like, hang on a minute, Weirus isn't a Hybrid Saiyan. Like, this isn't a Hybrid Saiyans team if it's got Weirus on it. But hey ho, like I said, you guys use whoever you want on whatever team you want. As long as it works, as long as it gets the job done, then who am I to say that you shouldn't do it? But all I'm saying is, don't call it the category team if it has units that aren't on the category on it. I think if I don't know, god damn it, this mouse is actually driving me crazy. The constant misclicks. Honestly, people say Tech Vegito Blue is only better in Legendary Goku event, but is he really? LR Vegito Blue takes no damage at all and deals major damage, so they're pretty much equal, and Tech VB sucks for Super Tech itemless. Yeah, Tech Vegito Blue, like, I mean, obviously, Shadow, you've seen it yourself, but like, there's this one guy in a group that we are in who legitimately thinks that Tech Vegito Blue is the best TUR in the game. Thinks that he's better than Blue Gogeta and Int Janemba, and I very, very much disagree. But it's basically like become a meme in the group that we're in now. It's like, I genuinely don't know whether he actually believes it or if he's just memeing. But yeah, Wicked Bloodline adjacent. Yeah, exactly. Ever since category started, they've always found ways to put units on teams that don't belong. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the thing. Like I said, it all comes down to personal preference. Like, if I'm going to run an event or if I'm going to make a video where I use, like, I don't know, let's think of an example, but like the androids team, I'm not going to put a unit on there that isn't an android just because they give, like, a good support buff, because technically physical 17, his secondary leader skill is for super types. So if I really wanted to, because it technically fulfills the conditions for his transformation, I could put AGL LR Gohan on my androids team with double physical 17 leaders, but then it wouldn't be an androids team. So if I then made a video that was like, look at this insane androids team, and then like one of the main units on it is AGL LR Gohan, then it's not really an androids team, is it? But there you go. I sometimes run 16 on my Kamehameha team just for the Gohan transformation and support passive. Yeah, see, I always run Cell on my Kamehameha team, so he fulfills the android category ally. Obviously 16 gives you the opportunity to transform early, but yeah, like even that, like as much as I want to see the Gohan transformation, I don't ever use 16 on my Kamehameha teams. And admittedly, that does mean it's been a while since I've actually seen Gohan's transformation. But I mean, what's he gonna say when STR Cooler comes to global? I mean, I can't remember if he's been mentioned, but I'm pretty sure he accepts that Cooler is better. I'm actually not sure, but I certainly hope so. Tech VB is probably the most whacked off unit in the game that isn't a female. Well, yeah, exactly. I genuinely don't understand. Like, some of the stuff that he says about Vegito Blue, where he's like, he's got, like, monstrous defense, like, when you get into the event. Like, what was it he said? He said that he has, like, monstrous attack, even in a normal Dokkan event. And it's like, not really. I said ages ago, I might do this, but it's gonna take loads of effort because it's constantly gonna involve going into and coming out of like Boss Rush and Super Battle Road and stuff. But I was gonna do a video where I compare Tech Vegito Blue, Int Janemba, and AGL Gogeta, and I was gonna compare them by doing things like turn 1 on Super Battle Road. Like, how much damage do they take? How much damage do they do? Like, just do a normal Dokkan event. Like, what can they get their attack up to? Because obviously that's the thing with Tech Vegito Blue. If you've got a long enough event, then he can become pretty ridiculous. But on, like, a normal Dokkan event, you're never going to see him, like, putting out the kind of numbers that Janemba does. Like, Janemba, as long as he gets hit first in the first slot, Janemba can put out some pretty ridiculous numbers on turn 1, but Vegito Blue can't. Like, also the LR raises attack and defense on Super, so normal events. Yeah, exactly. Like, in a normal Dokkan event, the STR like LR Vegito Blue will be taking double digits like before Tech Vegito Blue. Plus, the thing is, when I did my comparison, I started actually testing out some of it, like not on video. It was just when I was at work on my phone. But like on turn 1 on Super Battle Road, I actually got like pretty much the like God RNG, where my Tech Vegito Blue did 4 super attacks, and the amount of damage that he took, I then tested out AGL Gogeta, and AGL Gogeta took less damage, and like Vegito Blue had super attacked and therefore raised his defense 4 times, and Gogeta still took less damage than him from a type neutral like unit. Like, both of them were getting hit by a type neutral enemy, and even after 4 defense raises, well, I say Blue Gogeta, obviously he was still just Super Saiyan Gogeta at the time, but he took less damage. So is Int Janemba actually that close to Gogeta? Well, it's more like the other way around. Most people consider Int Janemba to be the best TUR. But I would argue that maybe Gogeta is up there. Because, like, once he transforms, he's insane. Like, if we are just talking about turn 1 only, then I think you could probably argue that Janemba's definitely better. But if we're talking about, like, once we hit that turn 5, and we get guaranteed crits, like, 50% chance to dodge, it all gets a little bit ridiculous at that point. Would you try a Wicked Bloodline AoE? I mean, I saw a couple of people using one in my prelims, and it's not a bad idea. The only problem is there's only 2 AoE units, whereas obviously this team, with the friend included, we have 4 AoE units. So that is a good point. Nobody is stunned, but Jacko and Chaozu will absolutely die from this one super, and if we target Vegeta with the 18 key, he will die. Oh, then we're gonna look at all those STR orbs that appeared. So we're gonna get a super attack with Boo as well. Yeah, so we don't need to use an item. That's awesome. I still think it's weird that the best unit in the game by far is Ken and Caulifla. Like, not even Kefla, but the joint card for a different Universe Saiyans. I know, right? It's because they didn't test them for balance. It definitely seems like that. Just put him on the Lobster Gods event for that 99 turn stack. Well, yeah, I guess, because you can you get to the stage where you can't hit him with Ki Blast super attacks, and then just keep super attacking. But hello, hello. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know what happened there. My mic was suddenly not working, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure when it cut out, but apparently my mic stopped working for a minute there. Yo, Goth Prince, how's it going, my dude? I'm doing a little bit. Oh, awesome, man. That's really good to hear. I'm glad you are doing well. That's awesome. Ningen giving us the silent treatment. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. Like, the light is still on my mic, and the cable didn't feel like it was loose or anything. But then, yeah, I checked the OBS, and it wasn't picking up any sound, so I don't know what happened. But Tech Trunks has really surprised me so much. Basically, currently my favourite unit on Global. I think the only thing that lets me down a little bit for him is the fact that he, like, on turn 1, his, like, base form is really bad. Now, obviously, that's not the worst thing in the world because it's for 1 turn. But I think it's probably just because I spent so much time recently trying the run on the future no items. And that was just the thing, is like, if I had that Tech Trunks on the first turn, he was a bit of a liability because his defense is bad. Well, not bad, but it's not great. And he doesn't obviously increase his defense until he transforms to the Super Saiyan, like the first transformation. So his base for, I mean, the Zamasu is the same though. Like, their very first stage before they transform, they're not particularly impressive. But I mean, I guess that's kind of the whole point of, like, balancing the units, is obviously once they then get their first transformation off, they are both very, very good. So, but yeah, I don't know if I would. I don't think I would put Tech Trunks above, like, AGL Gogeta still. Personally, I don't know. I know because obviously he transforms into Super Saiyan on turn 3, which is really good. Whereas on turn 3, Gogeta still won't have transformed. But, like, I just feel like once you hit turn 5 and Gogeta transforms, like, that is the point where I think you can very strongly make an argument for him being one of the best TURs, especially on Global. Like, 50% chance to dodge, 100% chance to crit, and then as long as you have at least 2 dupes and you gave him 20 additional, he's got a 40% chance to additional, which will be a 100% crit. Like, he is absolutely ridiculous. He is probably one of my favourite units. I would. Well, you would put Tech Trunks above AGL Gogeta, Shadow. Oh, interesting. Controversial. Spuds agrees as well. Ooh. Time to take those wrenches away. Now, obviously I'm kidding, but I mean, obviously for me it's a bit different trying to compare them because my Trunks has 1 dupe, whereas my AGL Gogeta is Rainbow now, so obviously he's a little bit ridiculous. But I mean, on turn 3 when Trunks transforms, then he's obviously better than the untransformed Gogeta. But then I feel like once Gogeta transforms, he's better than Trunks. Like, if Gogeta transformed on turn 3, he would probably be the best TUR on Global, I imagine. If it's only the super attack animation duration. Gogeta can't tank. I mean, he can't tank, that is true. But obviously, once he transforms, it's kind of the play that the risk that you're playing is like he has a 50-50 chance to dodge. So that's what I thought. Gogeta seems like by far the best TUR. I mean, it is literally, it all comes down to how you want to rate him based on, like, the fact that you have to wait till turn 5 to get his transformation. Because I think, like, Shadow, even if you do think that Tech Trunks is slightly better, I do feel like if we're going to compare, like, turn 3, like, transformed, like, the Super Saiyan Trunks to actual transformed Blue Gogeta, I mean, I think I would still argue that Blue Gogeta is better, but we all know Shugesh is the best TUR. Yeah, Great Ape Shugesh with his awakening, the old int beast of a unit who buffs everybody's defense. What an absolute monster he is. Absolute mad lad. Have we got any AGL enemies? We actually don't. Good, so we don't have to target a specific person. We did move up to 46. I just saw that. That's very good. So we'll do that. If it's a longer event, obviously Trunks wins out. But shorter events, it's even a toss-up because at turn 5 you have the active skill for Trunks. But the thing is, like, his active skill, I feel like his active skill makes him worse. Like, unless you're going to use it to finish off the event. Like, you don't, like, obviously the Legendary Goku event is different because it's like a one-off event. But, like, even when I'm doing, like, the Dokkan events and stuff, I never transform the Trunks into the Spirit Sword until it is literally going to be, like, the final blow. He's still very... Yeah, Gogeta is still very capable untransformed. Like, obviously he doesn't get the guaranteed chance to... he doesn't get the guaranteed crit. But he still has a 25% chance to dodge. Which is obviously the equivalent of having level 25 dodge. And then, of course, like I said, if you've built him so he has 20 additional, he has a 40% chance to additional. And obviously, he even untransformed, his attacks are effective against all types. So if he gets off 2 super attacks, he does quite a lot of damage. So, but I mean, I think it's very close at the top. Like, there are definitely arguments to be made for like Trunks and Janemba and Blue Gogeta. Like they're definitely there's not a huge amount of gap like between. Well, look at it. Did we just get 3 bonus teams in a row? I'm pretty sure I just got 3 bonus teams in a row. So I will take that. I will take those extra points. Thank you very much. Trunks' active skill is mostly only good to finish a fight. Yeah, exactly. And like the same with Zamasu as well. Because obviously Zamasu loses like half of his damage mitigation in exchange for that big damage boost. So you probably are really only ever going to transform Zamasu at the very end of the event as well. But let's go and do that. I did a full Trunks only Legendary Goku event run, by the way. Awesome. What units do you expect with the new Red Stone? Personally, I don't think they're going to change like at all. It's just going to be all the units that we've already had up until now. Maybe they'll put on some of the more recent units that got easy A's, but I wouldn't expect too much. That's the only problem is, for me, all of the Redstone units are rainbow now. Because with the last Redstone I got my final copy of Physical Kid Buu. Because I'd had him at 90% for ages. So yeah, all of those Redstone units are all rainbow for me. Oh, except for the old STR Broly. But that's because I got really lucky. I pulled LR Broly literally on the first day he came out. Like on his first banner on Global. And by the time I pulled the old school, like, Easy A STR Broly, I already had the LR, so I never used him. So obviously I did his Easy A for, like, the stones, and, like, I did the Easy A, got him to, like, max level 140 and stuff. But I'm pretty sure mine is, like, Super Attack 1, and only has, like, 1 dupe, because I've just never, like, put anything into him, because I don't use him. So I guess if they don't add any new units to the list of units that we can choose with the Redstone, I guess I'll have to just get a dupe for him. Even though I'm never going to use him. Just because he literally is the only unit that I can use a dupe for. So I'm curious if they start adding Bluestone units into the Redstone shop to update it. Like, I feel like eventually they will have to, because those units get like an Easy A now. So, like, the old 70% units... Oh, for God's sake. I need to stop, like, clicking so quickly. For, like, the old Easy A units, they're not really worth, like, buying a Bluestone for anymore. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they do add those to the Redstone thing anytime soon. But which god/demigod leads still need an Easy A? So now that AGL Vegeto's got his on JP, the only one left now is in Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. And then once they've done his, that's when we suspect that they'll move on to doing AGL Rose and Physical Vegito Blue. Which would be pretty awesome. Because, yeah, all of the 70% leaders have Easy A's on JP now. And in Super Saiyan Blue, Vegeta is the only 100% like demigod leader that doesn't have one, so he should be the next one. Obviously they could throw like a random unit out, like an old unfeatured one or something, but in terms of like those actual leaders, in Super Saiyan Blue, Vegeta is the only one that's left. So another Bergamo's Awakening. Here's one of my first cards when I started, and I used him a lot. I've been going to Awaken. He looks, yeah, that's the thing. He definitely looks interesting. I'm not sure if he is going to be that good. Like, because obviously you see the numbers, and like it's like, okay, 300% defense, but like he has to be hit. Is it how many times? Is it 10 times? He has to be hit quite a lot. And the problem is, depending on what team you run him on, especially like Giants or something, like say you were running him on the Giant form team, it's very possible that like he gets hit a couple of times and builds up his attack and defense a little bit, and then the next turn somebody else like Ape Turles or Shugesh or somebody transforms, and so then you spend 2 turns with like him transformed, then you go back and you get the turn where he's untransformed, and then you finally get Bergamo back. He's going to get hit, what, once or twice more, and then chances are, unless you're doing like Super Battle Road, you're going to win the fight after that. So I think, unless you're on one of the longer events, I think it's going to be very difficult to actually see Bergamo's passive fully activated, but I guess we'll see. Yeah, it's Vegeta, then Rose, Vegeta Blue, and then Trunks and Zamasu. Yeah, physical Vegeta Blue, just like AGL Vegito, like, is now. Like, physical Vegito Blue definitely has the potential that once he gets his EZA, he'll be one of the best TURs in the game. So Furcho is asking about the Go Bros, since they didn't show up on the thank you celebration. I'm assuming you're getting toward, like, when are they going to come back? I think we might see the Tanabata banner, which was the one we were all kind of waiting for, that's supposed to have all the like Dokkan Fest LRs on it. There's the possibility that it will come before the end of the year, but I think with some of the stuff that's been revealed and that most people are expecting that we're going to see Kale and Caulifla before the end of the year, rather than the Tanabata banner. Bergamo will be a top tier unit for the Universe Survival Saga Legendary Goku event. Yeah, he'll definitely be good for Legendary Goku event, because his transformation, and then when he transforms back, it shouldn't reset his passive. So you will be able to max him out on that event, but I think that's like, it's possibly the only event where you will ever like max out his passive. But AGL Rose will become best unit after his EZA. I mean, to be fair, you guys know, if you've been around the channel for a while, when he first came out, I very much made the case that STR Rose was one of the best TURs in the game, just because of the sheer amount of stuff that he does. Like, he buffs your allies' attack, he gives ki, he debuffs the enemy, he hits pretty hard, he can tank reasonably well. Like, he's a ridiculously good unit. So if they make the AGL one, like as we've seen in the past with EZAs, if they make the AGL one better than the STR one, then he definitely has potential to be high up on the list. I don't think he'll make it to like best TUR, but he will definitely make it quite high up the list after his EZA, I think. Plus, I really like the AGL, and I love his super attack animation. He was by far my favourite unit in the game when he came out. Like, obviously, because we'd only been running, like, the mono teams for so long. And then, like, being able to run the multicoloured, like, villain team. Not only was that awesome, but yeah, like, AGL Rose, I think his super attack's great. Where it, like, impales them with the energy blade and then, like, blasts them away. Like, I really hope, because obviously I pulled my final copy for him. And then a bunch of spare ones off of Zamasu's banner. So I'm very much ready for his EZA now. I got 5 times from Zamasu. Did you have him before? You literally went from 0 to rainbow. That's hilarious. Because yeah, I literally only needed 1. I've needed 1 copy for ages, because on Global he hasn't been on a banner for like, who even knows how long. But yeah, let's do that. Yeah, I needed that 1 copy, and then I ended up pulling him like 3 or 4 times. But, I mean, hey, the good thing about that is it means I've got spare copies for when he does get his EZA, so I can get him some free extra super attack levels. So I'm happy with that. But I think physical Vegito Blue surpasses everything we've seen so far. He probably will. I mean, he was one of the better units in the game when he came out. Like, so it depends what they give him with his EZA. Because that's the thing, now that the meta has shifted into being more about defense, that's one of the main things that we're seeing with some of these units that are getting EZAs, is that really all they need to do to make them ridiculously good, because they were already good in terms of like attack potential, So all they really need to do is give them some decent amount of defense, and then they immediately become ridiculously good. Especially when you think about the fact that, like, when Vegito Blue came out, he was only really designed to go on like a 50% team, and then not long after that the 120 leads started coming out. Whereas obviously now we're running teams with like 170% like leader skills. If that physical Vegito Blue gets a decent defense buff, then yeah, like, he'll be absolutely ridiculous. Just like the AGL one is now. Like, he'll be taking very little damage. He'll be crit countering for like 1 million. It's just ridiculous. I think physical Vegito Blue won't be anything too crazy like AGL Super Vegito. I think AGL Super Vegito is a good example of power creep, like, not being too out of control. Because when you first look at it, he doesn't jump out as being super broken, like best unit in the game. But obviously people have done the calculations, and like, once you get his super attack off and then he gets a load of like crits and stuff, he'll puts out ridiculous amounts of damage. Like, he'll be doing 1 million damage crit counters. He'll do like 2 million damage with his super attack. Like, depending on how many attacks he takes, and if none of them are super attacks, like, he could easily put out like 10 million damage in one turn, which is absolutely ridiculous. But obviously that's always been the advantage with counter units, is the fact that you can give them crits and then they just put out insane amounts of damage. But physical Vegito Blue, according to the guys who do the calcs, only needs a 40% attack boost to be the hardest hitting TUR. God damn. Well, there you go. So it could be very interesting, but surely he'll either get a decent defense buff or his damage mitigation goes up. Yeah, his damage mitigation is the one thing that, like, because obviously when he came out, the only unit we really had to compare him to that was similar was the AGL Vegito, and obviously his damage mitigation was way less. But yeah, if they increase his damage mitigation to be something a lot more impressive, then I definitely feel like he will be on track to be one of the better units in the game, definitely. So I don't like this turn, so let's do this. I was at JC. I didn't even look at the name. I just instantly assumed it was you because it was this team. So our boy JCV, I don't know if he's still here, he was in the stream earlier, is apparently rocking the Nuke team now as well. Oh, this is bad. Like, none of the connecting orbs are the right colour. There we go. Look at the team you're fighting. Yeah, I know. It's literally my team, but with that stupid Goku. Like I said, I instantly assumed it was Shadow because I've come up against him a couple of times so far. So I just assumed it was him. Last World Tournament, he said that wasn't him. I don't know. Maybe he started using it. I'm not sure. Dark Link version 20 on Twitch says, "Hi Master Ningen, what placement do you want to be on this tournament?" I don't know specifically. I mean, literally just as high as I can because I really want orbs. So the higher you finish, obviously, the more orbs you can get. I'm in the top 50 at the moment, but I do know for a fact that obviously in a short while I'm going to be going to bed. So I know I'm going to drop down a load of places. But I mean, ideally, if I can maintain top 100, that would be really awesome. But I honestly don't know if that's going to be doable. But we will see. Shout out to Furcho for the $2 dono. He says counter units suck. LOL, joking. Yeah, I mean, counter units, even like the free to play ones, like the AGL Vegeta and the Namek Goku, like, if you give them full crit, obviously they're not the best units in the game because they're free to play, but like, they can still put out some reasonable damage numbers. Yeah, counter units are just really good. Like, you imagine if they ever release, like, I mean, you can argue that the AGL Vegito is pretty good for that now with his EZA, but like, if they ever release a unit that like hits ridiculously hard just off of their own super attack alone, and then also has counters, Like, you know, the fact that the unit would have to have like a pretty decent attack buff for that to all factor in. But like, that unit would be absolutely ridiculous. Which is kind of what I was saying before when we were talking about the possibility for like the Super Saiyan 4 Vegito Dokkan Fest and how ridiculously good they could make him. But darlings, well, good luck with the grind and sleep well when you go to bed. Thanks a lot, dude. And same to you if you are taking part in the World Tournament as well. Good luck to you. I hope it's not too bad of a grind. Yeah, Rage Vegeta, like the STR Rage Vegeta, he's a unit that definitely gets forgotten about. And like, the problem is, I think for him, is that he didn't have a category for so long. And then by the time that the Vegeta family category came out, like, no one really talks about him anymore. But like, his defense is not really good enough to be on Super Battle Road. I mean, obviously, if you're using items, it's fine. But like, obviously, there's only certain stages you can use him on because he can't go onto Pure Saiyans because of the Bulma part of the card. But like, I really, really like that card. Like, you guys know, I think it was back when I think I just hit 500 subs. And I did a video to celebrate my 500 subs. I did 500 stones on that debut banner for that STR Vegeta. Because back then, we didn't know if he was going to be another unit like the physical Super Saiyan Kaioken and like STR Pycon, where those units came out on their debut banner and then they never came back. And they were only on Global. So when that STR Vegeta and Int Beerus dropped, we had no idea if they were like ever going to come back. So I went ham on his banner and I rainbowed him in 500 stones. Now obviously there was, the first multi was a guaranteed Beerus or Vegeta, and I got Vegeta. And then there was what? I think back then, I don't know if we had guaranteed SSR summons back then, but it was guaranteed featured. But there was like, I want to say like 7 or 8 featured, I think. And some of them were pretty bad. There was like Tech Whis, Int Goten and Tech Trunks. Like Tech Kid Trunks, obviously. But yeah, anyway, I ended up rainbowing him. Yeah, see, Ace, Rage Vegeta was so broken, he was the top 10 hardest thing TUR. So on Super STR, so just under a 120% team, when that Vegeta came out, if he was rainbowed, on a Super STR team, he did more damage in one turn than Super Saiyan 4 Goku linked up with GT Super Saiyan 3 Goku, who at the time was one of the hardest hitting units in the game. And it was basically, and it was because of the counters. Like, he wouldn't do as much damage as him with a single super attack, but then it was the fact that he could potentially get off a whole ton of counters afterwards. Plus he has the rage mode, which back then when he first came out, it obviously wasn't the best thing, because Global still didn't have the update for the rage mode and ape transformations to actually be able to get crits and stuff. But obviously now that he can do all of that stuff as well, he's just really, really good. I really want to use him more. Like, I don't know what sort of category they could add that he would be on. But, like, if I do manage to pull Kale and Caulifla, then I definitely will be putting that Vegeta on that team. Because obviously he's in the... they're in the joined forces, it's called on Global, isn't it? So I will definitely be running him on my team if I do pull Kale and Caulifla. But yeah, it was guaranteed featured in the dark days of no guaranteed SSR. Yeah, I thought so. On the few occasions that those banners came along, they were so much value because we didn't have GSSR back then. And those were the dark times in the long, long ago. Yo, Halo to Bio Boo over on the Twitch side. Welcome to the stream, my dude. We are getting to the point where we are winding down, but shout out to you for making it to the stream. He was hitting harder at the time than TURs on categories. Yeah, he is ridiculous. Like, he's so good, but unfortunately, him not having a category. Like, if he'd been on Pure Saiyans, like if they hadn't gone with the whole like and Bulma being part of his name, if he was on Pure Saiyans, I feel like he probably would still be like, he would have stayed a unit that people talked about like for longer. But I think the fact that they decided to do it like that and not put him on Pure Saiyans and like do the whole and Bulma thing, like that definitely hurt that card quite a lot, which is a shame because obviously he's very, very good. But I used Rage Vegeta on the Joined Forces run in our video when we did Kalen Khalifa versus Go Bros. That's the problem, is in races as well. Like, in races, counter units are not good because it's good to do some extra damage, but like, it just makes the whole turn take so much longer. And if you're fighting an enemy with really high defense and then you don't get crits on your counters, you're like basically wasting your time, which is really annoying. How do you feel about this new Goku? I'm really hyped for him. Like, obviously we still don't know everything about him. We only know about his active skill, and we know that he is what they called an attack-based unit, and that he has a Universe Survival Saga leader skill. But I'm going to assume that he has a secondary leader skill, which will either be Super STR, maybe Super types in general. But if I had to bet, I think it will be representatives of Universe 7, because that team doesn't have a proper leader. Like, if you don't have the summonable LR, Goku and Frieza, then you don't have a proper leader for the representatives of Universe 7 team. And so because the restriction for his active skill requires you to have reps of Universe 7 allies, I personally think that he's going to have a representatives of Universe 7 leader skill. But all I'm looking forward to, like, that's the big thing that we don't know. We don't know his full leader skill, and we don't know his passive, and we don't know the effect that his super attack has. Because obviously his super attack could be like greatly like, imagine if his super attack was like greatly raises attack and defense for one turn. Like, that would suddenly make him, even though they said he's an attack based unit, like, could you imagine if he is a really good tank? Because obviously Truth finally managed to do it because they have the LR God Goku and the Supreme Kai of Time Awakening. But at the moment on Global, the Realm of Gods Super Battle Road no items run is pretty much impossible at this point. Like, I've tried various different combinations and it is insanely difficult. But if this Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku can tank well, then he could be the key to like no items in that stage. Especially with the fact that he has an active skill that, like, on Super Battle Road when you're using no items, it's very easy to drop below 59% HP. So then you can fire off his active skill, deal a whole bunch of damage to someone, and buff everybody else on the turn. Like, he can be very good. Greatly raises attack for 3 turns, auto crit on Tournament of Power enemies. I mean, you imagine that. That'd be insane. That'd be so good. But yeah, who knows? Watch him be all attack and no defense. Yeah, I certainly hope not. They should make kind of like a rage category, taking, for example, the Berserker Link. Yeah, that would be interesting. Because they, even if they wasn't necessarily the Link, there's a few different units they could put on there. Like the Brolys. I guess you could include like the Future Trunks, because obviously most people refer to them as like Rage Trunks anyway. So there's a few different units there. That could be pretty good. I feel like they got to drop another new Universe 7 on his banner just to diversify the category. Yeah, I agree, because the category is very restrictive. There's not a lot of different units on that team, which definitely hurts it. Like, even if you have the LR, Goku and Frieza, you don't have tons of options for that team. You have to run like AGL God Goku or like Tech 18, who, they're not bad units, but like, you wouldn't use them on like the hardest events in the game, ideally. So I really want them to go back to the Saiyan Saga and give us some good cards from there. Yeah, I feel like they will. They're going back and doing the sagas as like events now. Like, obviously the 250 mil was all about the Android and Cell Saga. The newest thing on, because they're doing the movies as well, obviously. So like, they've done Cooler. The newest thing on JP is Android 13. They might do the whatchamacallit? Why am I completely lost? They might do the Boo Saga before, but they have done a lot of Boo Saga stuff already. So it's hard to say, because obviously we already have a Boo Saga category. Oh, one sec. Let me just check. Where was I? I got completely distracted by notifications going off on my phone and have completely lost my train of thought, but there you go. So one sec. Yeah, sorry about that. I was my phone was ringing. Apparently, Mrs. Ningen has been trying to call me, but obviously when I stream, I put my phone on silent, so I was missing all of those calls and notifications and whatnot. So. Right, anyway, I got completely confused now. Where was I? I don't even know what I was saying. Stinky Shoe Krillin. Yeah, Stinky Shoe Krillin is... I feel like it's quite unlikely. Representative Universe 7 is basically all Dokkan Fest units, then Tech 18 or Super Saiyan Blue Kengo, who is a Dokkan Fest. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, it's kind of... it's definitely the most restricted category. Not just for the fact that those units are the units that are on the team, but the fact that the leader is a summonable LR. So, like, for me personally, I only pulled my first LR Goku and Frieza from the physical androids banner. So, like, he'd been out for... That was part of the 300 million download celebration. He came out in the 250 million download celebration exactly a year before. So even with the amount that I summon on like LR banners and stuff, it took me a year to get Goku and Frieza. So, and then yeah, when you consider, like I said, they are technically the only leader for that team, and it took me a whole year to actually pull them. So yeah, for a lot of people, I assume there's a lot of people out there who still don't have them, so you can't run that team at all. So yeah, like I said, I think that was the main point, is if I had to place a bet, I would say that I think his secondary leader skill will be representatives of Universe 7. But the thing is, isn't Goku and Frieza, they still have the highest attack, they have the highest percentage leader skill in the game, don't they, still? Because it's like 177%. So I feel like they could give Goku 150% for Universe of, for representatives of Universe 7 as his like secondary leader skill. And I think that would work quite nicely. But again, obviously we will have to wait and see. And that's the thing, is that's why I think there's going to be a maintenance or some kind of data download, because if the World Tournament was just going to end and then it would go straight into his banner coming out, that would mean that his data would have to be in the files already, which means that the data miners would have posted all of that stuff already. And well, apparently I misclicked on before I changed the orbs and actually picked up orbs with Broly. But fortunately, picking up all these STR orbs is going to be enough to finish off Broly here. So that's fine. But yeah, I am going to finish off Toon. I'm going to finish off literally this run. This is the semi-final that we're on right now. So I did go a little bit longer than I expected to. But yeah, I'm going to, once we do, we're going to do this final next. And then I'm going to check my tickets and maybe do a couple of quick ticket singles. And then we are going to hop off. So I'm at 44 now. So hopefully, if I'm lucky, I can still be in or at least close to the top 100 when I wake up. Because obviously now, even if I went to bed right now, like literally right this second, I have to get up in like 5 hours time. So hopefully in those 5 hours I won't drop like more than like 100 places, but I guess we will have to see. So unprecedented 180% to Universe 7. I mean, that would actually be insane. Like, because of the fact that like obviously you can run the LR Goku and Frieza on that team. I mean, even with him just having a Universe Survival Saga leader skill, obviously you can run Goku and Frieza on that team. But like, man, if he had a really high leader skill for representatives of Universe 7, that would actually be ridiculous. I kind of want that to be a thing, but I guess we will have to wait and see. But fortunately, we get one of our winning combo rotations, instant stun, super attack for Broly, so we are all good. I want a part 2 celebration where the first part is Dokkan Fest Kaioken Goku and Great Ape Vegeta. Part 2 can be LR Goku and Piccolo when they fought Raditz. Yeah, that could be interesting. We've talked about before on stream like a card where it's Goku and Piccolo, and then they do an exchange where Piccolo does the special beam cannon through Goku and the enemy, and then the card switches to being just Piccolo. I think that would be really cool. Okay, sweet. You broke into the top 50. Yeah, I got to 46 a little while ago, and now we've just managed to jump to 44. Got 71 wins in the first day, which is not too terrible. I mean, obviously it's quite a lot, especially for some people. We're even starting to complete missions now because the daily missions have ticked over. So, right, let's see what our ticket scenario is. Scroll. Because I've claimed all of the rewards that we've earned so far. Oh yeah, so I did use all of the SSR ones. So we've only got the Dragon Ball Saga ones, but I'm not really too, like... Honestly, I'm not really too, like, interested in summoning on that banner at the moment. Because isn't that the one... Aren't they going to add more cards? They add the, like, the Invisible Man and something else, which, I mean, it's not like I really care about getting them, but I might save the tickets for these until the end and then do all of them together, because the TN has an awakening now, but I need more dupes for him. But yeah, I need one more copy of this Saiyaman, and I used all my tickets already, and I got 2 of these Chi-Chis, 1 of this Goku, And then I think I got like the Tech Turles and the Tech GT Vegeta, so nothing super useful for me. Although the dupe for this Goku's quite useful, because his awakening made him a really good stunner. He's really good for the Pure Saiyans Super Battle Road run as well. So, but anyway, that is going to be it, guys. I'm going to call it a day. I'm going to go and get a few hours sleep, and then I will be back on the grind tomorrow while I'm at work. And then I'll probably do a similar thing to tonight. I don't know if it'll be the same kind of times, but I will be streaming again tomorrow evening for at least an hour or two to get some more of the World Tournament grind done. So shout out to everybody who came out to the stream, especially those of you who have been here since basically the beginning. Shout out to you for being here and chilling with us as we grind through the World Tournament. Check out the channel if you haven't already. Obviously, I post daily Dokkan videos. If you're on the Twitch side, the YouTube channel link is in the description down below. Obviously, the link is there for the Ningen Club merch that we mentioned earlier. Check that out if you feel so inclined. Like I said, I'm very happy with how it came out, so it's very cool. And yeah, drop a like on the stream, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I will see you all again very soon. Have a good one.